Finalists for the Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy at tonight's NHL Awards ceremony. Voting to determine the starters in the Major League Baseball All-Star Game has begun. Diamondbacks outfielders Corbin Carroll and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. are in the mix. The team is off today after yesterday's win against the Giants. They'll host the Rays for 3 starting tomorrow. No starting pitcher has been announced yet. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Green. That's green.
Thanks, Jimmy. Always good to hear from you.
At foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
A hot start to this week.
30 seconds to the open.
10 degrees today with plenty of sunshine, some breezier conditions a little bit later on this afternoon. And then for tonight, those temperatures dipping down to around 80 degrees. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Big O Tires. It's time for more great savings from Big O Tires. Right now, get up to $140 in rebate savings on 4 select in-stock Michelin tires with paid installation. It's only happening at Big O Tires, and it's only happening right now. See store for details. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch is proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900 and always online.
You guys are hot.
.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
Well, the Suns are planning to keep their starting center, at least for another season, according to multiple reports. And the D-backs avoid a sweep, that is, in San Francisco. Welcome in, Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Jack, Spence, got you here at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Be with you for the next 3 hours, broadcasting live, and we're streaming, so you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So check it out as we are streaming on the World Wide Web. So you guys all have a good weekend?
Good weekend.
Yeah, man.
Good weekend.
I'm ready to go.
You avoided that heat yesterday out there, Legacy Park, your old stomping grounds out there in the Cocoa 5
My
Performance
old
Center.
stomping grounds. It
Well,
just came from there.
No, I'm just saying the stomping grounds being in there. Have you gone to that Performance Center, worked out a little bit, and tested the jacuzzi and the cold plunge and all that good stuff they have in there?
No.
You stay away from that place.
No, you haven't either.
I was in there yesterday, got to about 110, and thank you very much, Mike Morocco. It was nice to be inside of 80 degrees versus 110 outside, which, by the way, it'll be it's a dry 110
It's a dry
degrees.
heat.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a dry heat for now, at least. But good weekend.
So our top headlines are powered by the sports book we're in right now, the CAC Sports Bar, your home for Major League Baseball, international and MLS soccer, UFC, and everything else that's sports related. Plus, you can bet all the games right here on their 6 self-service betting kiosks. You can take advantage of the 3 betting windows that are open every day from 8 to 11. They even have 8 screens dedicated just to betting lines. It's a really amazing place. You got to check it out for yourself. CAZ Sports Bar also is the home of the Roc and Manuch Lager, which is brewed by Huss Brewery just down the street in Tempe. So check it out for yourself. Casino, Arizona, located at the 101 and McKelps, and online at Casino, Arizona. Well, we start with the D-backs as they avoided a 3-game sweep in San Francisco. They picked up a nice win yesterday thanks to Ryan Nelson, who pitched quite well. 1-run ball, went 7 innings, and improved his record to 4-4. I know a lot of us were questioning, is he going to be the guy or not? Well, if he can keep pitching like he did on Sunday, I think that'll be nice. So Ketel Marte got a 2-run homer for the Snakes, and they went 4-3 on this road trip. But they get a break today, and then the best team of baseball is in town. And I'm anxious to see what kind of crowds we're going to see at the park, because Saturday was one of the biggest days in baseball overall.
Yeah.
Average attendance was like 38,000. It's something like that. It was just crazy. But this D-backs team, they haven't been swept. They haven't lost a series. Haven't been swept in a series.
Right.
And they haven't been shut out.
How much do you think the new rules, the pitch clock and the hitter's clock, have played into that for more people to show up? And let me couple that with different teams now are playing good baseball, so they're not the dregs of the National League or the American League.
I think it's a big part of it. You know, if going 2.5 hours, 2:45 versus 3 hours, three
and a half,
15,
4.
3.5 hour, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think that they know that if a game goes in extra innings, they're going to have runners at second base, that they're not going to be there for another 4, 5, or 6 innings. It's probably likely that somebody's going to score from second over the next couple innings. But, everybody's on vacation, summer vacation. To your point, Jimmy, there's a lot of teams that are somewhat in the hunt.
Yeah, look at Arizona. I mean, still in first place, and they weren't supposed to be here at all. They were supposed to be down where Colorado is, and it was supposed to be the Dodgers and the Padres who would be fighting it out for the top spot, and the Giants were an afterthought as well, but here is San Francisco.
Yeah, I don't think it's not the time or anything like that. I think you got teams right now, to your point, teams that are in markets that tend to not draw well, but they're having success. So that's playing into this number that we're talking about on Saturdays. I mean, when you have the Reds in first place and then the Brewers, two small market teams, we know even the Marlins are in second place. They did real well. And then you look at of course, the D-backs here in first place in the American League.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh as well. Twins.
Yeah.
Cleveland. Yeah. They're leading that division right now in the Central. So I think that plays into it quite a bit with these teams that have not had success, and now they are. Even Baltimore. I mean,
exactly.
They're only 4.5 games behind Tampa Bay Rays.
Yep.
And then the Yankees are 9.5, and Boston's in the cellar. Gotta love that. But they're in the cellar with a winning record. Because you could make a case that, oh my gosh, the AL Central, AL West, I mean, aren't very good. No. Oakland's 20-60,
barely 500,
28.5 games. But then you look at the the division, like I just mentioned, Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
I mean, every team's over 500 in that, and and the Cleveland Guardians are in second place in the Central, and they're under 500 by 3 games. So I think that plays into it. I mean, that's at least my take.
And the one thing with Tampa Bay coming in tomorrow for 3 games, they've lost 5 out of the last 8. You lose a series, the Royals,
they did,
and the Padres. I think they split with the Padres in a 4-game set. But I mean, here's a chance again for the D-backs. And talking about Ryan Nelson, that was a much needed performance for that young man to get his ERA under 5 and to pitch so well, and for this team to face the best team or the best record in Major League Baseball for a 3-game set will speak volumes for them moving on or moving forward up to the All-Star break.
So is now Mr. Magoo the save guy coming out of the bullpen for the Arizona Diamondbacks?
Last 2 outings are pretty damn good.
I don't know, man. Even yesterday, the 8th and 9th inning, 7th, 8th inning, you're looking at this team saying, oh, watch out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think, the trade deadline, they could use some help at the bullpen.
I think that might be, for them to be a buyer, it would be very key. And I think for Ryan Nelson yesterday, that was him key. Zach Davies, we'll have to see where that's going to go in reference to his last couple outings. But Zach Gallen is right on it, and you look at Merrill Kelly's right on it.
Yeah. Well, Saturday he didn't pitch well.
He struggled. He had one of those very rare outings.
The last couple outings, he has not been strong.
Yeah.
And that could affect him getting an all-star bid or not. I think Zach Gallen is an in. But, there's some other guys. I mean, we talk about the normal guys, and it's part of our It's Your Call question you can get to, Manuch, if you like. But I think Christian Walker is the guy that deserves to be on this all-star team. I mean, this guy has reached base 49 out of 50 times this year.
You mean in replacing Corbin Carroll?
No,
okay.
I just
you just think that
an alternate or just I just think Carroll's is a shoe-in,
guy. Yep.
even though he's slipping a little bit here as of late. But you look at Christian Walker, he is just, as Manucci, like steady as a whatever Eddie or whatever your terminology you make up. But it's
he's a steady Eddie.
He's a steady Eddie, whatever that is. But
well, he's way ahead of what he was last year at this time. I mean, Christian Walker's way ahead of where he was last year. Last year, he was barely hitting above the Mendoza line until the All-Star break, and he got hot and really helped his team in that second half. This year, he is way ahead of the situation in reference to where he was, and he's staying hot. Corbin Carroll, I don't know if he's hit the proverbial wall or not.
Maybe.
0 for the last couple of games and struggling a little bit, but maybe the day off. They've had a rough road these last 2 weeks. Day off.
20 straight games.
Yeah, so they come back with a day off today, take on best record in baseball at Tampa for the next 3 days, and hopefully gets themselves back on track and win that series.
Here's my thought on Corbin Carroll right now is that finally he has played enough games where teams are starting to get a book on him, where before they didn't have that. And so now the coaches are filling in who's ever the opposition starting pitcher is. Okay, this is where he likes it. This is his sweet spot. You want to pitch him low and away or down and in, whatever that combination is. And I just think now that people have got enough information on him and what he likes to hit. And so that has probably played into this as well.
And I think you'll see that with De La Santa Cruz as well, too, in Cincinnati.
That'll happen, but not yet.
Yeah, he's still
new. Yes,
he's still crushing. But yeah, I think you're a good point there, Jimmy. That second time around.
Yeah.
How does that kid adjust with his hitting coach? And he takes a lot of balls the opposite way, power the other way.
Mm-hmm.
So to your point, maybe a lot of stuff more hard in
3 minutes
and just have him adjust. With his speed, I'm surprised he doesn't drag bunt more often or bunt for base hits with the kind of speed he has. And I think maybe we'll start to see that in the second half. Change that up for his batting.
So as I mentioned, this Diamondbacks team has not been swept yet this year, and that's good to see. Here's Torey Lovello after the game yesterday and the reasons why.
It is very significant. We're a good baseball team, and we got really good pitching that's going to set a tone for that given day. And I think walking into the ballpark, we feel like we can win any game that we're playing.
How refreshing is to hear Torey Lovello say, we have a really good team.
How refreshing.
Because listen, how many years have we sat here and he said, well, we pretty much suck.
Well, if you had to make sure that the sun aligned with the moon and then Venus aligned with Pluto and making sure that everything was aligned up properly if they were going to have a chance to win.
Yeah.
But again, the second half of last year, they were more consistent.
They were better.
It's just that their bullpen faltered on them many, many times. And you just kind of build on that from where you go from there. So I think that there was remnants of that last year that I think built into this year.
Here's Ryan Nelson after the game. Says they're the type of team that always finds a way to win. And finally, as we play some sound from yesterday, Evan Longoria, of course, I think he is most likely is the leader in this clubhouse, the older guy, the veteran, the third baseman. And of course, this team is off today before they play Tampa tomorrow. But here he is talking about the win, and they're looking forward to a much needed day off. There you have it. So D-backs day off today and have Tampa tomorrow. Hey, we still have a few more days. We're going to give it away at the end of the week. The customized cornhole board set with Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B, along with Wright Toyota. All you got to do is text Wright to 55678. That's Wright to 55678. One entry per day. Standard message and data rates apply. Coming up is our Valley Chevy Sounds of the weekend, which will include two games where one team scored one team at least scored over 20 runs. Appreciate you hanging out with us. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910.
What we do have is a history of proven results. Interac, need a check? We've collected billions of dollars for our clients, with over $1 billion recovered in the past 5 years alone. Make one call, that's all. And we have a team of legal professionals standing by, waiting to begin working on your case the moment you call. Call Lerner Rowe today. Find out why we've been voted best law firm in Arizona for the past 8 years in a row.
Lerner Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is a casual sports bar and grill with something for everyone. Visit us today at 8880 East Via Linda, Tavern Grill in Scottsdale.
You hear it in other lawyer ads, and I'll repeat it in this one. All personal injury attorneys are not the same. Sure, we all claim to do the same things, but that's where the similarities between Lerner & Rowe and all other law firms end. Lerner & Rowe was recently named the second most influential law firm in the country, and we've collected billions of dollars for our clients, with over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. If you want real results after you've been hurt in a car wreck, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, coupling together Petric roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
It's the wind down in sparkling water. It's the zone out at the spa. The stunning sunsets at dinner. It's the escape you crave, and it's closer than you think. Talking Stick Resort's summer playcation package, starting at $139 a night with no resort fee for Arizona residents. Exclusive spa specials and $25 in free slot play. Plus, enjoy great deals inside the Talking Stick Entertainment District, including Top Golf, Talking Stick Golf Club, Octane Raceway, and more. Summer playcation, May 8th to September 15th at Talking Stick Resort. Turn it on.
Where'd you park the car?
Oh, the one I just sold to Carvana.
When did you do that?
When you were still looking at the menu. I went on Carvana.com and all I had to do was enter the license plate or VIN, answer a few questions, and got a real offer in seconds.
Sell your car to Carvana. Visit Carvana.com or download the app.
A small commitment at least one day a week helps reduce ground level ozone pollution and helps us all breathe easier. Bike instead of driving. Fuel after dark. Commit to one day and help keep ozone away. Visit maricopa.gov/AQ to learn how you can help.
Enough of those little flies in your kitchen.
I did.
30 seconds.
I got Zevo. I just plug in the trap, insert a cartridge, and let the light do all the work.
Zevo traps use blue and UV light to attract and trap flying insects with no odor, no mess, and no stress. Stop swatting and ditch the DIY traps. With Zevo, getting rid of bugs is as easy as click, click, blue. Zevo. People friendly, bug deadly.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Time for the Valley Chevy dealers' top plays of the week.
Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new roads.
You guys are hot.
Local Chevy dealer. Set up a test drive by heading to valleychevy.com. Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
All right, start with the D-backs, and this is the home run we talked about, the two-run homer that happened in the top of the eighth to make the score 4-1. Ketel Marte, courtesy of Bally Sports.
Marte blasts one toward Triples Alley. Ketel Marte sends one on its way, and it's gone. What a moment for Ketel Marte, and they double up that lead. It's 4-1.
He's playing some pretty good baseball right now.
They're fun.
And they need them.
Yep.
Hey, the Florida Gators set a new record for the most runs scored in a College World Series game. They beat the LSU Tigers yesterday 24-4 in Game 2, the best of 3 series. Game 3 will take place today at 4 o'clock. Here's one of the many home runs that the announcers had already referred to as a bomb fest, as there was 20-mile-an-hour winds there in Omaha.
Ryan Bell strikes this one well. Center field. Kling looks up, and it's 20 for Florida. 6 homers in one College World Series game.
That's crazy. You look at that. They said there was one ball the officials had to go down that the guy hit a moonshot, they said. And as you alluded to, like the 20-mile-an-hour winds pretty much blowing anything out. This ball, they said, just skied. They thought it was a pop-out. Got up in the air, and it went right over the foul pole. They couldn't determine whether it was fair or foul. It was so high that the official just went down and said, I guess that's fair. And as far as one of the many home runs that were hit, but it's a lot of things, out there in Omaha. That one gets the howling, pop up. You never know if that bad boy's going to go out or not.
And then on Saturday, the Angels and the Rockies went at it. This game ended 25-1. And here's one of the home runs. Fletcher, who actually started the season up with Anaheim, then got sent down, just came back up and did this.
And only one out. Oh, Fletch, get up, and gone!
3-run home run for Fletch, first of the season. And oh, wow, Fletch. He is Mr. Base hit with runners in scoring position. Will make that a 3-run home run. Kabuto time for Fletch.
My goodness.
They love Fletcher there in
They
Anaheim,
do.
as you can tell from the sound. David Fletcher was at AAA, and he was then outrighted to the 40-man, off the 40-man. Then 2 months later, after really tearing the ball apart at AAA Salt Lake, they called him back up, and sure enough, got a home run. First 5 innings of that game, Angels blasted 5 home runs. One inning, they had 13 runs.
It was nuts.
13 runs. And for the Rockies' sake, they only had 1 run in 7 innings.
28 hits in the game. And you look at it, you go, no errors. You figure, well, there's got to be a couple gaps in there somewhere. None. No errors. And talk about game, set, match. And the launching pad, as they call it.
They
Colorado.
like to call that, yeah.
Talking about hitting a deep fly for an out like that. But, yeah, that's so very rare. And then they come back and lose yesterday, that being the Angels 4-3. So a little solace there with the Rockies. But to see 28 hits in a game and see so many runs scored after the 4 innings, it's one of those things that happens in Colorado once in a while.
If you were a fan sitting in the outfield seats, you had a great time.
Absolutely.
It was like BP.
It was like
getting there early
BP.
for a little batting practice.
So there's your Valley Chevy sounds of the weekend as they are getting ready, or they just started their July 4th sales event. It is going on now. So your Valley Chevy's dealers for great offers on new and certified pre-owned vehicles, as well as service specials as well. It's their July 4th Valley Chevy sales event. They do it each and every year.
Yeah, you look at this as we get ready for the Diamondbacks for another big series. I call them little litmus tests.
That's fair.
And once in a while, with a lot of good records coming in for this Diamondbacks team, when you watch their record throughout the week, and with the Rays coming in, and then moving on to take on the Angels over there. Speaking of the Angels, and having a chance to kind of set themselves up for pre-All-Star break. Those are some of the things that I think that Torey Lovullo would like to have that lead, hopefully 2.5 to 3 up going into that All-Star break in about a week and a half. So, again, this is fun to see the D-backs. And you mentioned earlier, Jimmy, we didn't know what you're going to get with the D-backs last couple of years.
Exactly.
And now the expectations are there to see what adjustments pitchers will make with a lot of these D-backs. And nice to see, speaking of guys that went down, Alec Thomas is hitting the ball very well. So he's come back up for this D-backs team, made a few adjustments. And do you see some of the power ball playing in play along with the small ball combined?
Go ahead, Rock.
I was just going to talk about the phase 2, the voting for the MLB All-Star game, opened back up this morning. Of course, you got a couple D-backs, as we all know, battling for spots, getting that lineup. You can vote once per 24 hours until 9 a.m. on Thursday when the voting closes. So every period resets at 9 o'clock. So phase 2, MLB app, MLB ballpark app, as well as the website. You go to dbacks.com and vote right there.
Yeah, I think as of the weekend, or was it Friday, with Gurriel and Walker were the other two besides Mookie Betts. So it was Betts, Walker, and Gurriel. As of, I want to say Thursday or Friday, we're in the lead for now. Zach Gallen was the front runner, obviously, for to be the starter. So I think you can't rest on that. Diamondback fans, go on there and vote and make sure you get that opportunity to make sure that they are. If they're not starters, I would think they'd be alternates at least.
It's interesting because you referenced, I wonder what the crowds are going to be like because they are playing a top team. Mm-hmm. How many Tampa Bay fans are in the Valley?
I don't think there
might be a handful.
I would honestly, I would say there are 2. Seriously, where?
Yeah, I know where. Yeah,
I mean, first of all, it's an expansion team like the D-backs.
Yes.
So unless you're from there, you're not a fan.
It's interesting because I only know 2 Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans. I don't know any Tampa Bay Ray fans. I mean, I think you see sometime around time you see folks wearing the Tampa Bay Rays hat just for the sake of
it's a cool looking hat.
They're the front runners. Last year they went to the playoffs. This year they're in first place. But I'm like, you're right. I don't know any Tampa Bay Ray fans.
So the majority then of the fan base that is going to show up for this series, you would think the majority then would be Diamondback fans.
Well, you would hope.
So they would have to show up in droves then to have big crowds for this series.
2 first-place teams going at it.
I know. It's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yep.
That's rough, man. It's just unfortunate. This isn't Boston. This isn't New York. They're not going to draw.
Well, and Arizona's not a place you come to in the middle of summer, like a lot of places like San Francisco.
It's going to be 114
here
tomorrow.
Or there. You look at those crowds over at in San Francisco. Wow. I mean, just how fun that is being the summertime to be
3 minutes
in that environment.
But did you see people sitting in the stands? If you weren't in the sun, they had not a coat on, but like a
windbreaker.
like long windbreaker
or long
on.
sleeves.
Yeah, long sleeves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Difference in temperature is big.
But again, with Tampa coming in, they're not there. They're limping and losing 5 of 8, but a chance to take care of, get another series.
And you start with Zach Allen.
Yeah.
You got your top snake going at him right away.
Yep.
That'd be nice. Be real nice to get that first one at least. It's baseball finally in the Valley.
And
finally got the baseball to root on.
It is. And speaking of the All-Star break, I wonder how much of a run Ketel Marte will make here. Hopefully, these last 4 days, as hot as he's playing, and be another one of those guys. Maybe even as an alternate. They look at him as an alternate if he can make a strong showing with the voting here coming up. Because with Walker and Gurriel and looking at Marte, who's just playing outstanding baseball.
2 minutes.
This is something that a manager might put on as a reserve. Love to see. Besides Zach Gallen, Corbin Walker, and Lourdes Gurriel, imagine 4 Diamondbacks on an All-Star game.
That would be unbelievable.
First time in like how many years?
Yeah, really.
Would that be, or even 3 on an All-Star game?
I'll put my money on 3.
I would too. I think
3 it could happen.
Marte is that dark horse. I would say right now.
Yeah,
Gurriel's pretty much in, but it'll be fun to see that all of a sudden, and that All-Star game, folks see what's kind of going on. They get a chance to see Zach Gallen pitch if they haven't. 9-2 now.
He's pitching great.
2.47 ERA. And then you look at you get a chance to see this Walker kid and Gurriel kid, these 2 young up and comers, in reference to this is one of the main reasons why this Diamondback team is playing so well. Speed and a little bit of power combined.
For me, it's one of these things where I want to see how they
1 minute
until the All-Star break. Are they like when Rock played that clip and they said, well, we're tired, we're a little dinged up here and there. I just wondered how tired they are. You talked about Longoria being the veteran in the clubhouse, how much his voice is going to influence those young guys. Because let's face it, they haven't been here before.
Well, they
haven't been here before at all.
It's Tampa Bay coming in. You'll get up for that.
Why would you think
you'll
so.
get up for that? I mean,
will you?
Yeah. You get. There's certain teams.
Yeah,
like
Boston, New York, Chicago, St. Louis.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's it.
But no, you got
Dodgers.
San Francisco.
I said LA.
You just played San Fran, who's won 12 out of 14.
Yeah.
You got Tampa Bay, who's.
I hope they would be up for Tampa, but again, it's still Tampa.
Yeah, but you need
these players grew up not being Tampa Bay.
No, they weren't.
It doesn't make a difference. They're going. It's competition. This is the best in the East.
How do you
versus
know
you.
that? I mean,
I know that.
Have you ever had a sit down, a cup of coffee with one of these Diamondback players that told you that?
I know.
I mean, all you older guys tend to think.
Hey.
You older guys tend to always feel that this is the way the world is because that's the way it was when you guys came up.
When you played the best, you got up for that game. If you played a team that's, I'll say for football, that's like 2-12, you got to get yourself. I know it isn't, but
once a week. I mean, you got 3 games. This is just a speck on the.
But here's the thing: there's a lot of pride. You're number 1 in the National League West. They're number 1 in the American League East.
You really
there's
think
some pride involved?
There's a lot of pride right now. These young kids
Absolutely.
that they're just playing baseball, having fun right now.
And Walker has said he wants.
They don't have a target on their back yet. They will after the All-Star break.
Let me tell you something. When you play good competition, you want to compete with the best.
Of course you do. And that's how you should preach to your kids.
And
it doesn't mean that these kids are like that.
Well, I'm sure. Yes, they are.
How do you know? Let's have a conversation.
You mean to tell me you don't think these guys are going, hey, we got Tampa Bay coming.
Oh my God, yeah, they like it. You just got done playing it. You got done playing the Giants. Yeah, you get up for them because they're division rivals. You're playing for spring training.
Absolutely.
You know a lot of the guys.
Absolutely.
Tampa Bay. Okay, Tampa Bay's coming in June 27th.
Who's number 1 in the East?
I got to get another hour of sleep.
I mean,
they are trade opportunities finally over for DeAndre
coming from non-athletes.
Please, Suns beat writer Dwayne Rankin joins us next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Behold, here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
The Diamondbacks have the day off after the Giants. They'll get set to host the Rays for a series starting tomorrow. A starting pitcher has not been announced. Voting to determine the starters Corbin Carroll and Lourdes Goriel Jr. are in the mix. Coyote center Clayton Keller is a finalist for the Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy at tonight's NHL awards ceremony. Victor Wembanyama will not play for his native France in the upcoming FIBA World Cup. He's committed to prepare for his rookie season with the Spurs. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Rock for RightToyota.com. At Right Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on RightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at RightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at RightToyota.com.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Thursdays at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. The guys broadcast live from 1 to 5 Valley locations. And tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks, your chance to win a Twin Peaks man card. It's Guys Live every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
Are you looking to get in the best shape of your life and offer your son or daughter the best training in Arizona? Then listen up. Dan Manucci here for the new Coco 5 Performance Center at Legacy Park located in Southeast Mesa, the premier training facility in the Southwest. The state-of-the-art facility is 25,000 square feet, which combines junior high,
Dwayne's good to go.
teams, as well as individual athletes of all ages, and it's the new home of my quarterback training. They have the best team of coaches led by Olympic gold medal winner Dan O'Brien. If your son or daughter wants to get bigger, stronger, and faster, then you need to call the Coco 5 Performance Center now. Sign up by calling 480-572-0647, and one of their team members will get you the type of training specific to your sport. That's 480-572-0647, or go online to EliteSportsAZ.com. And for limited time, mention me, Dan Manucci, and they'll give you your first session free on me. That's 480-572-0647, or go to EliteSportsAZ.com.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call, no BS.
Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. Call
30 seconds.
CEOs You Should Know gives you an opportunity to learn from the top business executives across Arizona. Hey, it's Rob Hunter. I'm excited to learn. So join in by searching CEOs You Should Know Phoenix on your free iHeartRadio app.
The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Greg just alluded to, didn't shoot it very well. A little bit under his usual pace. Tatum! Precision pass from
You guys are hot about 10 seconds.
keep the home court. What a pass of Kogi inside. It's Aiton. What a sequence for the Suns.
Over the weekend, it was reported by the Philadelphia Inquirer, paper that I delivered as a kid in South Jersey, that the Suns are looking to acquire Sixers forward Tobias Harris, who I think is a great player, which I can't imagine him being in a Suns uniform. I think it would be a great compliment, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We're hearing all kinds of different reports, and our next guest, Dwayne Rankin, Suns beat writer for the Arizona Republic, AZ Central Sports, talked about it in the paper today and yesterday as well, and he joins us now on Fox Sports 910. Dwayne, Rock, Manuch, Jimmy B, how you doing today, buddy? What's going on?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing good. So there is this so-called trade that we heard as a possibility with the Suns and Sixers. If it would have went down, do you think a DeAndre Ayton would have been part of it if it would have went down?
I mean, that's the only way it was going to go down.
Yeah.
I mean, they needed Ayton, whoever the third team was, or potential third team, that he needed to be involved in it. So that was the only way it was going to work. Sixers don't need Ayton. they got an MVP. He was a center.
Yeah.
So that was the only way that was going to work. So, I mean, basically, I was told that the Suns didn't want Tobias.
Really?
So
wow,
that wasn't going to go down.
Do you think Tobias would have been a good fit or could be a good fit?
I mean, if you trade away Ayton and then you have Tobias as a 4, he's someone that can knock down shots. He's a decent rebounder.
Yeah.
But doesn't address that hole now you got in the middle, which means that, you're looking to, probably, I'm just, I don't know this for certain, but, looking at Landale obviously would be someone to consider. But, if you got those 4 guys out there, maybe it doesn't matter maybe it doesn't matter as much as who plays center. But you can't just have anybody out there. So, and plus you add more money if you bring in Tobias.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, he's making $7 million more than Ayton. So, now he's in the last year of the deal. So it could have been one of them where you got an expiring contract. But, I mean, there's a lot to go over, but reality is it would have been a good fit. Yeah, but you still got a hole there in the middle. Only thing that is interesting about it for me, other than that, was that Tobias used to be in the 4th option, and when he was Philly, it was Harden. So in order, Embiid, Harden, Maxey. So he was used to playing in that role. So that might have been interesting to see him still in that role, but with a different feel, without the big guy in the middle. So, but not happening.
That's it. You got it. Hey, Dwayne Rankin is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Dwayne, I'm really want your opinion on this. We know that they are going to keep DeAndre Ayton. He was 18-10. Those numbers from most people would be absolutely sufficient now that you have the big 3. But it's DeAndre Ayton who was a number 1 pick in the draft, and I think fans expected so much more. Can they get more, in your opinion, out of Ayton, or are his numbers going to drop even more because he's not going to get as many touches offensively?
I mean, it's depending on the night. Like, you're looking at, if you're looking at Phoenix, if you really want to get honest, Durant has had injury situations. Booker has had injury situations. Beal hasn't been healthy the last couple of years. So there's a good chance there is a chance that one of those 3 might go through a stretch where they get hurt. And so that's when, in those moments, you would need Ayton to put up the quote numbers more than what he has averaged. But at the same time, it's more like, all right, be ready to catch, be ready to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
You're open, be ready to shoot. You're open, be ready to finish. You're open, be ready to knock down a high percentage shot. He's going to get high percentage shots playing with those 3 players. So he may not average 18, but he could be shooting a ridiculous number from the field because he should be getting open, efficient shots.
Okay.
So that's where the more is. The more may not be the numbers as far as like the number of points he averages. The more might be he takes 9, 10 shots. He should be making 7 of them because 3 to 4 of them should be right at the rim because the teams are collapsing on 3 guys who could score 30 in their sleep. So he should be getting, ridiculously efficient shots. So that means, maximizing those. Doesn't mean shooting bunnies around the rim. It means finishing at the rim because you're going to get those kind of looks playing with those 3 players.
I think, Dwayne, what you do is you bring it back to reality. We forget about the injuries at the Durants and the Beals and et cetera, et cetera. You kind of bring it back to center point that he may go off and have a hell of a first half of the season, and then maybe you look at January 15th as another potential trade. They might nix it because of his usefulness at that point. Now, all that being said, what you just kind of laid out there, So now, with him assumedly here for a while, where do you go as far as the free agent market, which starts on on Friday, for league minimums for some of the veterans? Does that change the Sun strategy as well too, coming up here Friday?
We were going to have to do veteran minimums anyway.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter how many. Now having Aiden, you didn't, not trading him. If you're not going to trade him, then you weren't going to get players in return. You're not getting players in return, right? So that means that basically, you're going to have to do more veteran minimums. And then maybe if you would have traded him and got some pieces, then you would have to do less. You got to do veteran minimums anyway. It's just a matter of how many. Without making that trade, it's going to have to be more. And guys will be. Here's just again, I hate to keep bringing up the Miami Big Three, but guys were willing to play for less to play with those three players. So you might get a situation where guys might be willing to play for less.
3 minutes.
To be part of that. And so that's the attraction. On the one end, you got a money, not money limit, but how you can use your money is a better way of saying it. But you might have a guy out there like, I want to be a part of that. And I'm willing I've been making this amount of money, so I'm willing to go there on a veteran minimum. Those are the type of guys that they could be looking for.
Okay.
That would be happy, that would be excited to play with those three players and be willing to play for a veteran minimum as opposed to what they've been playing for. So that's the guys that they should look to go get or look at least to talk with, and they got options. It's just not as many. But if you're gonna keep four guys on max contract, this is the other side of the coin, and you have to do this. And so, trust me, that
2 minutes
full roster come September. Just a matter of how many of them are going to be a veteran minimum guys.
All right, I wanted to fire this one at you because I know that you're up on the deal that John Collins is now with Utah. Right. And so now their front line, Walker Kessler, Lauri Markkanen, John Collins, all those guys are close to 7 feet,
Big
if not over 7 feet. We know what the front line is now for Denver. Wembyana at 7'5" just went to San Antonio, and Chet Holmgren, by the way, who didn't play at all last year for OKC, is going to be healthy, and now he's going to be in their starting lineup as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I hope I'm right here. Did the NBA just go from small ball to big ball in like a blink of an eye?
I mean, but you're looking at big ball with not back to the basket guys.
Okay.
Those guys are
1 minute. 1 minute.
Sure. I mean, look, 7'5" at some point, he's gonna have his back to the basket. We get that, but this guy likes to do crossover, pull up jumpers. so that's he's the ultimate unicorn. So I mean, he's going to be doing things you've never seen for someone his size. But you look, I mean, what you just rattled off with Collins, Markkanen, and Kessler. Kessler's a defensive guy, but he's not a guy that they'll be looking to score. Markkanen plays on the perimeter. Collins is bouncy, but he shoots threes as well. So it'll be interesting how he fits in that. I mean, look. I mean, there's something to say to that. Your best players are big guys. And in a way, when you look at Embiid, Jokic, Giannis, but all those guys, like to play with the ball. I mean, Giannis is a guy that plays downhill that just happens to be almost 7 foot and going coast to coast. So it's not the traditional big ball that people might think if you're of a certain age. But no, I mean you could say that. I mean it's but then you have to see just how it looks overall in terms of the matchups, how they guard. They got to guard people. I mean, they can't just be out there just all three of them packed in the paint. They got to guard somebody on the other end. And that's where a team like Phoenix will look would look at, say, Utah and go, okay, Lloyd Marketing, can you guard Kevin Durant? John Collins, can you guard Kevin Durant? That would be a tall order for both.
He's Dwayne Rankin, Suns beat writer for the Arizona Republic, AZ Central Sports. You can follow him on Twitter at Dwayne Rankin. Dwayne, good stuff as always. Thanks for making some time for us today. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. Y'all be easy.
That's Dwayne Rankin, Suns beat writer, and he is courtesy of All City Towing. As they continue to hire, go to allcitytowing.com and just search careers. That's allcitytowing.com. Well, some interesting, monumental, and historic happenings on this day we're going to share next. It may surprise you, one big one. 27 years ago today. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
This is the Listeners with Colin Cowherd.
25-game suspension for Ja Morant. We've all got to grow up at some point. Some people, it takes a long time. That's okay. And Ja Morant right now has influence. Now it's time to finally embrace the responsibility of having that influence.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Golfers, tee it up at Vans Golf Shops for the huge Callaway Trade-In, Trade-Up event happening now through June 30th. Bring in any of your old clubs and receive 2 times your trade-in value towards any new Paradigm, Apex, Big Bertha, Great Big Bertha, and Reva family of clubs. This huge Trade-In, Trade-Up event is happening now through June 30th. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, serving golfers since 1963.
Time to get in on real estate investments. GC Global Capital has financing with no income verification. Call 480-397-9300. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker in MLS 1091187. License NV092493, an equal opportunity employer.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings, bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Did you know that the Hartford sells small business insurance? Now you do. For over 30 years, they have been helping to protect small businesses just like yours. To learn more, find an independent agent, or get a quote, visit thehartford.com/smallbusiness. That's thehartford.com/smallbusiness. The Hartford is the Hartford Financial Services Group, Inc., and its property and casualty subsidiaries, including issuing company Hartford Fire Insurance Company. Its headquarters is in Hartford, Connecticut.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
At Charmin, we're so excited for Pride Month, we just had to sing about it.
30 seconds.
Come together and shake a collective booty. Charmin loves bears, bottoms, and everybody else. We'll help you stay clean when you need it the most.
Charmin is proud to partner with iHeartRadio for Can't Cancel Pride for the 4th year in a row. And while Pride is only a month long, our support rolls on forever. Let's enjoy the go and enjoy Pride together.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
You guys are hot.
The sports fans' paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
42 years ago today, 1981, Stripes was released.
Great classic movie.
Starring Bill Murray. And how about Bill Murray during the Cubs and Cardinals game yesterday? Led the Neil Diamond Sweet Caroline, and the place went absolutely bonkers. As the folks there really, I think, enjoyed it.
They did. They did.
And I don't know if you got a chance to see the video they put together of changing that stadium into baseball.
Yeah.
That was pretty remarkable what they did.
Amazing.
You know?
Yeah.
But the fact that here he is, Bill Murray, there, a big Cubs fan, and does the sing-along, and the place just went absolutely bonkers. It was great. I mean, that they love it as much as we do here.
Yeah. I mean, it's just also see Ryan Sandberg was over there. A few of the other Cubbies were there with his wife Margaret, and to see the Cubs, over there and pretty much take care of the Cardinals till the last game. It went 2-3 against the Cardinals. Big rivalry over there.
So the British, they like their baseball, right?
They do, yeah.
And they like Neil Diamond. It's like I said, I'll say it again. They went bonkers. I mean, they went absolutely bonkers. I mean, they butchered it. You could tell, because the audio, when ESPN came back for a commercial, the broadcast cut into the singing of this classic, of course, Neil Diamond. The audio inside the stadium was not in sync, and ESPN was dealing with all kinds of audio issues, I guess. So the fans basically screwed it up. But regardless, the timing was off, but it was great.
Good intentions.
They tried.
Good intentions.
Yeah, that was good. What else we have today? 27 years ago. Today, you may not believe this, but Allen Iverson was the top pick in the NBA draft. Of course, he went to the Philadelphia 76ers. Same year, Kobe Bryant was drafted. Do you know what number he was drafted and what team he was drafted?
He was drafted originally by Charlotte.
Yep.
But I have forgotten which number he is. It's like 6 or 7.
13.
Oh, wow. Was that long? Okay.
It's a high number.
And was it 18-year-olds those days, Jimmy?
Yes.
18?
Yeah. You could still come out of high school.
20 years ago today,
which is why Michael Jordan drafted Kwame Brown.
LeBron James was drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers on this day, 20 years ago. That year, other picks included Carmelo Anthony was drafted 3rd by the Nuggets. Chris Bosh was 4th by the Raptors. Dwayne Wade was 5th by the Heat.
The big three.
That's big draft. That was some really good players.
Big time.
Really good players.
Then off sports, 22 years ago, New York became the first state to ban the use of handheld cell phones while driving.
Great move for folks that, thank God they got hands-free now with the Bluetooth and all that, because tell you what, to this day, I drive by people that are texting, doing on there looking down, and Rock, I know you've broken yourself of that habit. I know you've broken yourself of that habit.
Well,
driving and texting.
Well, what I've done is I made my font bigger, so it's easier to see. It's easier to see on my phone.
Yeah.
46 years ago today, 1977, Elvis Presley made his last concert appearance. He did it at the Market Square Arena in Indianapolis. And his final song was Can't Help Falling in Love. He died 7 weeks later on the crapper, right?
That's
That's just unfortunate. And then 48 years ago today, a sad day, Sonny and Cher divorced after 11 years.
Oh, say it isn't so.
Great show, by the way.
And then Cher gets married to Greg Allman 4 days later.
Yeah, I know.
Go figure.
Hey, Sonny,
4 days later.
Sonny,
3 minutes.
There's a tree there.
Oh,
Don't be
man.
skiing in the trees.
That's something else if you think about it. Just, jeez.
That's just weird. I've skied that mountain many, many times, and I'm not a big tree skier.
No, we're talking about Cher marrying Greg Allman.
I know
4
you
days
are.
later,
I'm talking
Jimmy.
about Sonny Bono running into a tree and dying skiing. That's it was at Heavenly Valley.
That happens more
nuts.
often than you think. Believe it or not, there's a lot of folks that are
Oh,
running
I
into
know.
trees and
I know that.
while they're skiing. I have to tell my daughter when she's out there snowboarding in Colorado, please, be careful. I mean, don't get too carried away with what you're doing with some of those paths that they have up there.
So your random fact of the day is coming up a little bit later, but on this day, there you have it. So you have it. Tomorrow, we will be out at the Barrio Queen in Tempe.
Yep.
For our El Bandino Yankee Tequila Tuesday. We do it every Tuesday at one of the 7 Barrio Queens.
2 minutes.
We encourage you to stop on by and have some incredible, authentic Mexican food and try the new El Bandino Yankee Tequila. That's tomorrow, live from 1 to 4, Barrio Queen and Tempe Marketplace. Can't miss this. One of their biggest locations. Great location.
It is.
In Tempe Marketplace.
I love going there. It's fun, and they always have a good crowd. Manuch comes in, takes pictures, signs autographs.
Absolutely.
So
brings his own Sharpie.
Well, yeah. Funny how that thing's lasted like 20 years.
It has.
You haven't been asked much, huh?
I haven't. No matter how much I try. You sure you don't want my autograph? I got a photo right here. And got my Sharpie. I mean, I'm good to go. Hey, later on, we'll catch up with Frank Sanders at 3:30. I think the big question for me right now, guys, is 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Training when the veterans have got to be there. July 21st, rookies come in early because of the new coaching staff. And then I got to believe it's got to be Buda Baker. It's got to be that situation hanging out there as far as
1 minute, 1 minute.
Extension going to happen. Will it happen? I don't think they'll trade him. But I got to tell you what, if there's one thing hanging over the head of this Cardinals organization 4 weeks before everybody's there, July 26th, it's got to be what's happening with Buda Baker, what's going to happen with Buda Baker.
Do you think he shows even if he doesn't have the
I don't.
extension?
You know what? What do they call it when you show up and you don't practice because of the situations? A
Load
hold-in.
management?
No, it's a hold-in contract versus a hold.
30 seconds.
Okay. No, he's not a load management guy. He played last year with that bad ankle.
Oh, I know.
It's the last guy to do that.
We got some controversy going on with EA Sports and NIL and college student athletes. We'll dive into that. We also will catch up with Craig Foodie.
10 seconds.
Casey from the Sportsbook will join us, and our top 4 useless and random facts of the day. That's all coming up in hour number 2.
The free iHeart Radio app covers the sports teams you love like no one else. Catch the latest breaking news.
By pre-owned vehicle, see your Valley Chevy dealers today during the July 4th event. Life is better in a Chevy SUV. Make your Chevy adventure story a strong one during the Valley Chevy dealers July 4th sales event. And score D-Bags tickets. Stop by your participating Valley Chevy dealers and receive 4 tickets to an upcoming Diamondbacks game. Free food and Diamondbacks tickets. You owe it to yourself to visit your Valley Chevy dealers during the July 4th sales event. No purchase necessary. Must be resident of Phoenix, Prescott area and at least 18 years of age. Giveaway is from June 28th through July 4th or while supplies last. Void where prohibited. Retail value of tickets is $100. See dealer for complete details. Food trucks on site vary by dealership dates and times. Some dealerships closed on Sunday. Details at valleychevy.com.
The free iHeart Radio app covers the sports teams you love like no one else. Catch the latest breaking news, plus the upcoming NFL season's just around the corner. And iHeart Radio is your official podcast partner of the NFL. Make the iHeart app your go-to to stay up to date on all things in the sports world. Download the free iHeart Radio app today.
My buddy just sold his car to Carvana. I should look into that. Then maybe I can finally afford to buy Jasmine that engagement ring. Let's see. Carvana.com. Sell my car. Enter my license plate or VIN. Answering a few questions. Get my offer. Now that's an offer. I'll definitely be able to afford that ring and finally propose.
What was that?
A proposal from Carvana for my car.
Carvana just proposed in seconds? Didn't take them 6 years.
Sell your car at Carvana.com today and get a real offer in seconds.
At Charmin, we're so excited for Pride Month, we just had to sing about it.
Pride is here, and it's our duty to come together and shake our collective booty. Charmin loves best bottoms, and everybody wants to go. We'll help you stay clean when you need it the most.
Charmin is proud to partner with iHeartRadio for Can't Cancel Pride for the 4th year in a row. And while Pride is only a month long, our support rolls on forever. Let's enjoy the go and enjoy Pride together.
A small commitment at least 1 day a week helps reduce ground-level ozone pollution and helps us all breathe easier. Walk to lunch, skip the drive-thru and go inside. Visit maricopa.gov/AQ to learn how you can help.
When you go to GimmeTheVin.com, we treat you like a customer, not a number. We pay the most, we pay fast, and we take care of you because you're our customer. And that's why our reviews are awesome.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Take back summer with Tucson. Go to visittucson.org/summer.
This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
The Suns will host free agent workouts with Jabari Parker, Stanley Johnson, and Chasen Randall on Wednesday. Coyote center Clayton Keller is a finalist for the Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy in tonight's NHL awards ceremony. Nikki Blue takes over as interim head coach for the Mercury after they fired Vanessa Nygaard over the weekend. Voting to determine the starters in the MLB All-Star Game has begun. D-backs outfielders Corbin Carroll and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. are in the mix. The team has a day off following yesterday's win against the Giants. They'll host the Rays for 3 starting tomorrow. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. That's money. Enter it now at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
A hot start to this week. Temperatures getting up to about 110 degrees today with plenty of sun.
30 seconds.
Conditions a little bit later on this afternoon. And then for tonight, those temperatures dipping down to around 80 degrees. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Maricopa Community Colleges.
Maricopa Community College's new bachelor's degrees mean you can start your degree with us and finish it here too. And our low tuition can save you thousands of dollars. For information on available degrees and participating colleges, visit maricopa.edu/bachelors.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching.
You guys are hot.
There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, everybody, the Diamondbacks have today off. They will begin a series downtown then at Chase Field beginning tomorrow with the front-running Tampa Bay Rays from the American League. And it appears that DeAndre Ayton isn't going anywhere for the Phoenix Suns. He will be, it appears, your starting center when the NBA season begins coming in October, November. Welcome back. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910, also 99.9 FM HD2, and on the iHeartRadio app as we continue to broadcast live from Casino, Arizona. We're located here at the CAZ Sports Bar and Sports Book. It's a great place to come and watch all of your baseball action, UFC fights, boxing, whatever you would, soccer for that matter.
USFL
playoffs. Yeah, I won't forget
championship
that.
game.
That's a monster watch for me. Not. And so you can all do it right here at the CAZ Sportsbook and Sports Bar. It's all located at Casino, Arizona. By the way, speaking of DeAndre Ayton, Manuch, I think you outdid yourself. I mean, I know that you always write down it's your call question of the day. And here it is.
Tough task this time.
It was, yes. My State 48.
This hit about noon yesterday. Out there training those QBs.
Yeah.
Getting all the information about DeAndre Ayton.
Right.
Is he going? Is he not going? Yeah, it became pretty sound that he wasn't going anywhere for now.
There you go.
Jimmy, I want to thank Dwayne Rankin again from the Ozark Republic, azcentralsports.com to kind of say, for now, looks like he's staying.
All right, so would you have liked to have seen DeAndre Ayton get traded? Two options, yes or no. Boy, you outkicked the coverage.
Right, man.
You did. Yes or no? What's the update on
Well, so far, pretty good so far for yes, 56.5%. No, 43.5%. So the consensus for now, you can still go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter to go ahead and vote, is a lot of folks leaning. They like to see, would have liked to see DeAndre traded. But you never know, with a lot of things. January 15th, not too far, 6 months around the corner. How is he playing at that time? Do we trade him or not? But I think the one thing when you talk about DeAndre Ayton is, does this team in that locker room feel that they've got the guys that are going to be bought in to go ahead and win it all? Do they feel that, all right, DA, you're like a cat with 9 lives, okay? You got another life. You got another chance, what it sounds like for now. Hopefully, this team can get the most out of you night in and night out, no matter who's injured or not. And that team, those guys not long feeling going, okay, we feel pretty good about everybody that's in here, and we can take a run at this. And obviously, they got a few more folks, some pieces, I think, in reference to the bench, or who are some of the other individuals who want to add to this locker room. So if they feel they got the 4, 5, 6, 7 guys that they can make a run and feel confident with that I think is a mental hurdle that a lot of these guys want to make sure that is going into the season.
Move them.
I said I voted the same way. I said I'm disappointed in
no.
move him.
I want to move him.
I voted no.
We've seen it
I
over
know
the
you
last
have.
4 years.
Yep.
What else is he? I mean, you think another coach is going to make a difference?
Wait a minute. Let me start with this. Okay.
2010, 1810. Is that what you're going to start with?
Maybe. That's all. But that's all you're going to need.
Yeah.
That's all you're going to need. Look, is it disappointing with him being the number 1 pick? That's what everybody goes back to.
No, I go back to the contract. I go back to the contract.
I agree with the contract. He never should have gotten the
handcuffs you on bringing in some more pieces.
That's right there, Rock.
But that's not his fault.
I don't care about first round picks.
That's not his fault, Rock. That's not his fault. He got what he thought he could get, and you had a owner at that time, and Robert Sarver acquiesced. He could have been gone to Indiana Pacers, but no, they decided to match.
So here you are, when you look at the salaries, these guys, all right?
Yep.
So Kevin Durant, 47.6. Bradley Beal, 46.7. Booker, 36. DeAndre, 32. Yep. Cameron Payne, 6.5. Jordan Goodwin, 1.9. And Isaiah Todd, 1.8. All the other ones are free agents.
Yep.
So Torrey Craig was making $5 million. TJ was making 2.6. Terrence Ross under $918,000. Saban Lee made $105,000. Damian Lee was 2.1. Bismack 2.9. I mean, I can go on and on, but nothing really big there at all. I mean, Landell is 1.5.
Do you sign him again?
Why not?
I would
if he's going to play for that. I mean, he's a bench guy. He can go in there and do what you need. But we'll have to see how creative they're going to get to fill out this roster. I mean, you need a mix of better players and these young guys.
Yeah.
I think the one thing I look at is those guys that want to come play with this team, seeing this makeup of the 3, and even with the 8 being there now, that they feel, hey, look, that team's got a hell of a shot in the West. Obviously, they know that it's Denver that they've got to chase, like everybody else does. And I like to go there if I'm a free agent, and money aside, that I can help this team get there, and it'd be a challenge to go win this thing.
Is there a reason for Jabari Parker to work out tomorrow or Wednesday?
I don't
the guy has not played 35 games, at least 35 games since the 2019 season. I mean, with the Hawks. I mean, granted, he was a number 2 pick.
Yeah,
he was
first
a
round
stud.
pick.
I get it.
Yeah.
But, he hasn't played in the NBA since the 21-22 season, and he played just 12 games that year.
He's very disappointing.
It's unfortunate.
With what he had accomplished in college and where he was selected in the draft. And his NBA career has not matched up to that.
It's interesting you say that, Jim, but has not matched up. And I think that's why I know I am as a Suns fan. We're frustrated that with that DA is underachieved with his talent.
18-10.
I get it. Understand.
Okay.
Well, but where we know that he could probably be more. But all that being said, that's not bad. That's still not bad.
Exactly.
He's a big that does play, can go down low, can shoot outside, can shoot inside.
Yep.
But, the one thing that I want to stop everybody saying his potential, this will be his 6th year coming up.
Yeah.
Okay. He is who he is. That's what we're going to have. And that's what I think Frank Vogel's going to realize. I don't know how you're going to change him, but how you enhance him, get him more incorporated. But I'm like you, Rock. It's like, we know who this kid is. How are you going to make it any different than the other guys didn't when you got 3 guys that all need the basketball to score? Plus, a couple others got to come off the bench and get their field as well, too.
If for Stanley Johnson, he's the other guy that's going to work out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right, he's a U of A kid, played a year down there. He's jumped around. He's 12-13 on the bench. He's a guy that can come in for garbage time. You do need those guys, and you pay him the minimum and be done with it.
Yeah, but you have that already with Biyombo and Lansdale.
If they sign those
guys. So there's no reason, and you already know what you get from those 2 guys.
True.
so there's no reason.
But
to really
do you under Vogel's staff?
That
You
is
get all new
it's
coaches
going
in
to
there.
change.
They're
That
going to
is
want to get
right.
their own type of bench
Sure.
guys. Probably. I think we're going to see a lot of those guys gone.
I think you're right.
Compared to whatever system they want to incorporate,
Yes,
more
it's going to
pick
be
and
a new
rolls.
system. Yes,
But I like Landale and Bismack with his athleticism. Landale, big kid, can bang around down low.
Yep.
He's the yin to the yang of one DeAndre Ayton. I just think that I see this lack of a move for now, and I'm like, oh man, okay, DA's gonna get another shot. Okay, and it's not so bad, but is it? But you got to have the buy-ins.
it's not so bad, but
is it? Yeah, I mean,
Rock is screaming, trade him. You're screaming, trade him.
Trade him, man.
I'm the only
I
one.
feel bad. I mean, you like the kid. I think
kid.
This year you got to see him come out of his shell a little bit. He's doing interviews. He was, doing a lot of the interviews after a game with Bally's. And I was like, wow, we need more of that. We need more of that DeAndre Ayton. And then just his inconsistency. We heard that with Dwayne Rankin in the first hour. I mean, it's so damn inconsistent. And he's got to be hearing the noise.
Oh yeah.
Sure. And does he want to? Sure. Does he want to move somewhere else? Does he want to try? Another team that maybe a fresh start could be good for him.
You bring up a point. Does he hear the noise? And with all that noise and chatter out there, if I'm DA, if it's me, I'd go to Frank Vogel and James. But look, I want to be here, guys. I see what's going on.
3 minutes.
I want to be here. Or the kid's got so much money, he's at the point, well, hey, I'm going to be in my 6th year. I'm a vet. I can go wherever and make my money. And maybe what's the next opportunity? Go make a Supermax or whatever. But hell, if I'm DA and I want to be here in my hometown and in school down the road they played for, I'm shouting, I want to stay here, guys. I want to be here. Now, I know the professional side of, well, they need to do what they want to do.
Well, Chris Paul wanted to be here too, but that didn't work out.
Yeah, but I think
it's
from all of it. Yeah, I think from all of us, it was time for CP3 to
It
move
was.
on.
I agree with that.
It was, but there's still some moves this team's got to make that hopefully over the next year or 2 years, they can get that chance to win it all with Bill now being in place and whatever the scenario is with DA, and then what's going to happen, with some of the other contracts that will be coming up. And I don't think Matt cares about that luxury tax, man.
No, I don't think he
I
does.
don't. I just he's bought in. He's a bazillionaire, so he'll do whatever.
2 minutes.
I think what happened here also, guys, is that, and we discussed the potential deal that was trying to take place with the Sixers and then the third team, and that was going nowhere. I just think that what they were getting in return when they took phone calls on DeAndre Ayton wasn't even close to what they thought they could get for him. So they were better off sticking with DeAndre Ayton.
What's that say about DeAndre Ayton then?
Well, it just says that people were going to lowball. That doesn't say about, okay, so you're not going to get what you were hoping to get if you had a player exchange.
That's what I'm saying. The league doesn't think much of DeAndre Ayton.
Okay, that's fine. So I don't give a damn what the league thinks about him. I'm telling you, he's 18-10, and they weren't going to get, in their estimation, meaning the Suns, somebody who is going to give them 18-10.
And we're just going to have to live with it, Rock, for now.
Will. Yes.
For now.
That's
hey,
it.
I hope the kid goes to an all-new level under Frank Vogel's
I hope
staff.
you're right.
We've heard that how many times?
1 minute. 1 minute.
With a different staff. So I hope he does, and let's hope that they can make that run.
Top story today is brought to you by the Sportsbook right here in the CAZ Sports Bar, your home for all Major League Baseball, international and MLS soccer matches, UFC. Great place to have your draft, which will be coming up here in the next couple months, and everything else sports related. Plus, you can bet all the games right here on their 6 self-service betting kiosks, so you can take advantage of the 3 betting windows, which are open every day, Monday through Sunday from 8 to 11. They even have 8 screens that are dedicated just to the betting lines. It's really an amazing place. The CAZ Sports Bar is a great bar, great place to hang out, great food, and it's the home of the Roc and Manuch Lager brewed by Huss Brewing in Tempe. So check it out for yourself in Casino, Arizona, 101 in McAlps, and online at CasinoArizona.com. Well, coming up, we have a baseball team that may have to change their name. The woke folks out there. And coming into controversy is the CAZ Sports and the problem with NIL with video games, specifically college football 2024. We'll tell you what that's all about next. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, here on Fox Sports 910.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Favorite drafts report at a frosty 29 degrees.
Do you want to record the teaser for Dwayne's replay?
Served just the way you want them.
Our Valley Chevy July 4th sales event starts now. If you're shopping for a new car, truck, crossover, SUV, or even a certified pre-owned vehicle, see your Valley Chevy dealers today during the July 4th event. Life is better in a Chevy SUV. Make your Chevy adventure story a strong one during the Valley Chevy dealers July 4th sales event. And score D-Backs tickets. Stop by your participating Valley Chevy dealers and receive 4 tickets to an upcoming Diamondbacks game. Free food and Diamondbacks tickets. You owe it to yourself to visit your Valley Chevy dealers during the July 4th sales event. No purchase necessary. Must be resident of Phoenix, Prescott area and at least 18 years of age. Giveaway is from June 28th through July 4th or while supplies last. Void where prohibited. Retail value of tickets is $100. See dealer for complete details. Food trucks on site vary by dealership dates and times. Some dealerships closed on Sunday. Details at valleychevy.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Hey, it's Jody Ayler for Plum Smart. If you need a new AC unit before summer really hits, dial pound 250 and use keyword Plum Smart. Not only does Plum Smart offer a lifetime warranty on their work, they've got great prices. Right now, you can get up to $3,000 in rebates and incentives on qualifying AC units. Plus, get a reverse osmosis system installed at no charge with every new AC unit, a $1,000 value. Pound 250, keyword Plum Smart, or it's just plumsmart.com because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
When you can find everything you need at prices you can
30
afford,
seconds.
That's totally Target. It's that feeling when quality, good and gather ingredients on the barbecue bring family around the table. Or when favorite day after practice snacks let you celebrate the whole team for less. It's when saving more on Up and Up sunscreen means more fun in the sun. And when Target Circle Rewards program gives you more perks on what you buy most and is always free to join, that's totally Target.
Meant for mornings, The Drive with Jody Ayler. Listen tomorrow, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in
You guys are hot.
Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
There's a collegiate summer baseball team. We talked about it last week in Macon, Georgia. They call themselves the Macon Bacon. It's a fun team name. As their mascot is a 7-foot slice of bacon named Kevin. Get it? Kevin Bacon. Yes. But not everyone is amused with the Macon Bacon. There's an animal rights group called the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine.
Oh boy.
Says that bacon increases cancer risk, and they're asking for the team to change their name to something healthier.
What the hell are you?
Not going to be successful, though. The president of Macon Bacon said they were very surprised to hear the criticism, which also has posted on billboards in the city. He said the Macon Bacon do not view ourselves as glorification of an unhealthy lifestyle. We pride ourselves on being full-natured organization focused on bringing families and communities together. He added that they do serve a ton of bacon in the stadium, but they also offer some plant-based options. So they will not change the name.
I can't believe this is even a thing anymore.
I can't either.
I mean, PETA, please, are you kidding me? I mean, they can always come and say, well, we make sure we take care of the pigs really well. They feed them really good before we slaughter them. I mean, we do a lot of good things before. I mean, are you serious?
My thing is just committee. It's like, how do you get on it?
Yeah.
Right? How do you get on it? And all these guys sitting around having a beer, and they're bitching about the Macon Bacon collegiate summer semi-pro baseball team.
Yeah, that's a bad.
And say, this is what we're going to put our time and effort towards. is we got to change the name of course, Macon, Georgia, the Macon Bacon baseball team. It's such BS.
It is.
And I just would like to meet those type of people.
I would too.
I'd like to just pick their brain, meet them at the bar, and just say, hey, can I buy you a drink? I just want to pick your brain a little bit. And just see what comes out of it.
When you first said that, I thought, oh, my God, somebody's complaining because of the Savannah Bananas. That's where I thought you were.
What's next with them?
Yeah, I know. That's where I thought you were going to go. You mean you can't have a guy on stilts pitching in a banana costume?
People have so much time on their hands.
I am.
And everyone has
terrible.
that. It's no different than a retirement community that have a bunch of men and women that sit on the HOA board.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they have nothing to do. But because they're the president, vice president, and treasurer and everything else, they got a badge, right, to just
justify
be jerks and make everyone else's life difficult. I know my neighborhood. I mean,
Are you on the board at your community?
Hell no.
Who'd want to be? Who would want to be?
I thought about the neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of cops that live in our neighborhood, so I'm good.
You're good.
Let them walk the grounds. But Steve Peters, who's in Nashville, we'll catch up with him later in the week for the draft tomorrow for the Yotes. He's my neighbor, and he literally walks his dog, his wife as well.
He walks his wife too?
No, it's the dog. She goes with him. At
Glad you clarified that, Rock.
At least I would say, no exaggeration, 8 times a day.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I got a ring on my front of my house. So I can see people going by my house constantly. Like, oh, there he is again. There he is. I got to turn the notification on, right? On a serious note, EA Sports, NCAA football and basketball games, they first entered the market in 1998. So that was a long time ago. And they developed a huge following. So what happened back then, EA Sports struck a licensing deal with the NCAA, which allowed them to release these video games featuring real-life players.
Right.
The problem was, it has been, these players were not getting paid. And then we go back to the old Ed O'Bannon lawsuits, which surfaced. He and others sued the NCAA and EA for refusing to compensate him and others.
Right.
That case in 2013 ruled that it was illegal for EA to produce a game using players without paying them, but the NCAA still refused to amend the NIL rules and withdrew its support for all the games. So now we move forward, and when the NCAA, I think it was February of 21, said, okay, we are going to allow NIL. And of course, we all know what name, image, likeness.
Yes.
So February of 2 years ago, EA Sports confirmed the return of the college football game. And it's going to be the 2024. And the brand is going to work with a collegiate licensing company. Now, they're an college sports marketing arm called Learfield. And many of you there in the industry will know who Learfield is. And they needed to do this because of the NIL deals.
Right.
So what they're trying to figure out right now, because there's two problems, two questions. How much do you pay these athletes? What do they deserve? And who gets to represent them? That seems to be the bigger part of it, because right now it looks as though EA is going to offer a one-time payment of about $500 per player, no royalties. Typically, these games, there's royalties.
Right.
That's where they make their money, on the royalties. Now, the schools are going to receive up to 10% of revenue, so they're going to get some of the revenue as well, which I think is quite interesting. But I guess the players don't, they don't have. It's no surprise to the athletes are going to get an unfair deal here.
Right, sure. They always have.
But the fact they're getting something, is that still that still good? Because unlike professionals, they don't have a union.
No.
They have no one to look out for them. But there's all these third parties that are trying to get their fingers in, because everybody wants a piece of this NIL. So I'm like looking at it, I don't know where this is going to go, because this controversy is getting big, and you got all these advocacy groups that are starting to get involved in this and saying this is going to really hurt or help the future of college sports. And I'm anxious to see what will come out of this on behalf of the players. Who's going to end up representing these players, these athletes? Who's going to do the deals? And is the starting quarterback for USC make the same as the third string, lineman for Ohio University?
That's on the EA
That's
Sports.
in the game.
Yes, but don't you have to be a individual in the game. In other words, your likeness in that game.
Yeah.
So if you're the third lineman for Ohio University, you're most likely not in the game.
All right. So let me back up and say if it's the starter, the quarterback, the Ohio quarterback.
3 minutes.
Or any of the 11 guys on offense, 11 guys on defense.
Nobody's going to play the backups. They're going to play all stars.
All stars.
Yeah.
So Caleb Williams versus.
But who's to say? I don't know the game, and maybe Jack should put a headset on. And I've never played the game, but if you can make roster moves in the game, I mean, can you make a roster move?
No, you can't. No.
So it's the 11 guys you have, and that's it.
Yeah, it's a really fun game. It's just based on colleges and stuff, and you can kind of like do Road to Glory and stuff like that. But the royalties, to your point, Rock, does that mean, let's say people play more Caleb Williams or more of those popular guys instead of the Ohio or Kansas State quarterback? Because no one wants to play a Kansas State quarterback.
Well, I would agree on that.
See, Will Howard led them to the Big 12 championship last year, so that might change.
But you got to think about it. Some of these players aren't going to make the pros, right? So this at least gives these kids the opportunity to make
some money,
some earnings, right?
Yeah, sure.
But most of these games, the earnings are the royalties, not just about how many it plays, but how long these games are selling. So say if the 2024 is a hot game and it continues to grow, people want to buy it. Well, every time that game gets sold, someone needs to get a royalty. Somebody needs to get a penny, a dime, a quarter, whatever it may be.
I think you might want to incorporate some of the attorneys in Hollywood with royalties and that kind of.
Yeah, as long as the game is being sold, the kids are going to get paid.
It's going to blow out. A lot of people my generation have been waiting a long time because it's been like 12 years since the last game came out with all this NIL stuff. So a lot of people are going to buy this game.
It's going to be big. And
I don't know if from the player's perspective, you have the collectives for each school handle this, or you hire outside attorneys. Because I agree with you, like you, Jax. You keep that. I'm going to play Caleb Williams. How many people are going to play Caleb Williams over and over at USC,
right?
Again and again versus whoever the other state, maybe Ewers at Texas. I want to play that game over. Those two guys at it and see how well they do. You know, you stop and think about it. You know, Texas, USC. The Ohio States, all those players that are in it. And here's your starting
1 minute.
2023, 2024. And this is 5 or 6 years down the road. Hey, I'm going to go back and play Caleb Williams USC versus the new hot team at ASU in 2028. I'm going to play him versus these guys.
The game doesn't work that way.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just as a crude example, but playing the two top teams from that year over and over again, and you manipulating. But the lineup.
I also wonder who's going to be on the cover. Are they going to do someone that's currently in it to pay them more, or are they going to do a former player like maybe like a Joe Burrow or a Tim Tebow if that's too far?
I think they're going to start doing what we see all the time. They regionalize it.
Yes.
So you'll see in California, it'll be Caleb, right?
Yeah.
And then whoever is the star in Alabama and down there.
Right.
I mean, I think Georgia.
Drake
I go on and
Carolina.
on.
Yeah.
That's the way you should do it. You have 20 different covers.
Yes.
25 different covers. That's more make more money.
I think right now it's just good that this is coming back, but that key for the players and the schools that want that piece of the pie to moving that forward.
But the problem is they're having issues on how to structure the deal. Because every video game involves players, they normally send out royalty payments like Madden, NBA 2K. These players get 5 figures every time they get a check.
I'm going to take back what I said about the trades because now with the transfer portal, you technically could trade because of how the transfer portal is going to be in that game. You could possibly, maneuver around it.
Or will there be updates constantly?
Yeah.
Like, could they just update it?
So
like, okay, hey, so-and-so just, whatever XYZ from Cal is going to USC.
Yeah, there you go.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, the EA Sports thing is going to be big here in the next couple of weeks.
It will.
Not next couple of weeks. I'll say next few months.
Yes.
As we lead into the season, but the way the game works, it's going to say 2024. It always comes out the year before.
Right.
So
the game was supposed to come out this summer too, so it got postponed because of all this controversy. So people are eager and want to play this game.
Craig Fooey, ABC 15 sports director, will join us next for another edition of Fact or Fooey. Appreciate you hanging out with us. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Voting starters in the Major League Baseball All-Star Game is underway. Diamondbacks outfielders Corbin Carroll and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. are in the mix. The team has a day off today following yesterday's win against the Giants. They'll host the Rays for a 3-game set starting tomorrow. The Suns will entertain free agent workouts with Jabari Parker, Stanley Johnson, and Chasen Randall on Wednesday. Coyote Center Clayton Keller is a finalist for the Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy at tonight's NHL award ceremony. Nikki Blue takes over as interim head coach for the Mercury after they fired Vanessa Nygaard over the weekend. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere.
Isn't it about time you see your friends again?
The 803-2534.
Stay a while.
That's what I'm calling.
Max. Enjoy.
Okay, you got it.
We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your casino, Arizona.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Are you living paycheck to paycheck only to find yourself going backwards financially each month? Nobody wants to file bankruptcy, but at many times, it's the best choice. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and that it will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. In most cases, filing bankruptcy can improve your credit. At Lerner Rowe Law Group, our bankruptcy lawyers only work on bankruptcy cases, and we can file your bankruptcy with $0 down.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
The right price, the right selection. It's all now at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Stop by today and see why Wright Toyota continues to be Arizona's top Toyota dealership, located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and online at wrighttoyota.com.
When we make your meal, this is where we start. Traditional old world recipes passed down through generations. But then we add some modern flair and spice up your Italian dining with contemporary flavor combinations. The result, the perfect fusion of new and old world traditions.
All right, Craig's ready to go.
You'll never forget.
Inspired by the comfort and cuisine of a Brooklyn-style pizza parlor, Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar is located at the southeast corner of Loop 101 and Cave Creek Road in Phoenix.
Hey, babe, what you got there?
This is a check from Carvana. I just sold my car to them. I went online and Carvana gave me an offer right away. Then they just picked up the car and gave me this.
Well, that's a big check. Sorry, your check, not mine.
Sell your car at Carvana.com today.
Duke's Sports Grill on Miller and McDowell.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Don't just drink at Duke's, play at Duke's.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool, shuffleboard, darts, karaoke, and trivia nights.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy-friendly.
All right, 30 seconds.
Miller and McDowell.
Named one of the New Times best bars in town.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Daily food specials.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Where Dukes? Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
It's time for Fact or Phooey with ABC 15 Sports Director Craig Phooey. Phooey joins the guys,
you guys are hot.
Monday to break down the top stories of the weekend. And as a reminder, Manuch writes the questions. Now here's ABC 15's Craig Phooey.
All right, Philly, now that it's hit 110, does that mean that you get less airtime because it's all about the weather at 110?
Well, yeah, it's extreme heat, man. It's weather action day.
Weather action day, yes, ABC 15. I love it. I love it. How you doing today, buddy? You good? You good?
I'm good. I'm actually out playing some 3D mini glow-in-the-dark golf. So, yeah,
really?
Pretty cool.
Nice. All right, we gotta get a full report on that. I've never
really?
done that.
Yeah.
So, all right, Factor Philly, ABC 15's Craig Philly. Even when he's got a day off, he still joins us. So here we go. Question 1: though trading for DeAndre Ayton seems to be off the table for now, does it mean that there still could be a good possibility of him being moved by January 15th in that trade deadline?
Fact, absolutely. Absolutely. I think there's still going to be some options for James Jones in that issue. Listen, I know I was at the introductory news conference with Frank Vogel, and he said, I can't wait to work with DeAndre Ayton, but he also said that about Chris Paul. So I'm not putting any stock in anything they're saying right now. So I would say absolutely there's a chance DeAndre Ayton gets moved before the deadline.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, right, Coach? I mean, it just seems like they did everything they possibly could. to move. My question for you is, how will this resound in the locker room? Will everybody be content? I mean, everybody that he'll be around for at least a little while longer, you think?
I think so. Listen, the guys know it's a business, right? They understand that. Like, with a new coach, you got a new voice. You've got some new players. Bradley Beal coming in. You're going to have a whole bunch of role players come in. So I think it'll be a fresh start for everybody, but we'll see how it goes. You know, you never know. With basketball, 15 guys, right? There's not many voices in that locker room, so hopefully they all get along.
And speaking of role players, question number 2, with the NBA free agency starting at 3 o'clock our time on Friday, the Suns must acquire more scorers off the bench. Fact or phooey?
No, fact. Listen, that was a deficit for this team the last couple of years, right? We saw some success with guys coming off the bench in 21, and then in 22 and 23, they just kind of fell apart. So I definitely think we've got to have some scorers. And, you know, they had faith in the guys like Landry Shamet and Cameron Payne and different guys like that, but they just didn't come through in the clutch. So you've got to find guys that can hit. No question about it.
Do you sense, Phil, you talked to a lot of folks that Matt Ishbia, I mean, obviously with 4 max contracts on this team right now, that going after guys for league minimum, that being veterans, that he might go overboard. And this is just me wishful thinking. Nothing will happen, that he might get into a guy like a Bruce Brown who's out there and available and pay the extra cash for the luxury tax.
Well, they're already over the salary cap, right? Which is at 162. Those 4 max contracts put them at 163. And the next apron, the second apron, is at 179. So you're talking about just another $17 million, well, less than that for them, and you're going to be over the second apron. That creates all kinds of issues for James Jones and trying to pick up players. So, but I don't think they're going to slow down. I don't know how you can, unless you trade DeAndre Ayton at this point. You know, you've got to get yourself another bunch of cash to pay for backup guys. But fortunately, moving Chris Paul gave him some leeway, right? So, but you got Bradley Beal in exchange, so you're still stuck in that same salary cap issue and second apron. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be interesting to see. That's why I think they have to move DeAndre Ayton to pick up the guys they need on the bench.
All right, Fooey, let's move then to baseball. D-backs are still in first place in the NL West, always exciting. And fans must continue to vote through Thursday to make sure that, say, Corbin Carroll and Gurriel make the MLB All-Star starting outfield. Is that a fact or is that phooey?
That's a fact. If I count all the emails and text messages I've gotten from the Diamondbacks, that's a fact. Yes, we got to get Corbin Carroll. Listen, Corbin Carroll's going back to Seattle. That would be awesome for him to be a starter in front of his hometown crowd. He played at Lakeside High School. Lourdes Gurriel has been out of his mind, playing great. So I think both those guys, I think Corbin Carroll may have the better shot, but you never know, right? You never know how voters are going to cast their votes. But yes, that is a fact. Get those guys in that All-Star game. You're number one in the West. You're one of the top teams in the National League. You need to have some All-Stars starting in that Midsummer Classic.
Do you think that Martell will may have an outside chance of maybe coming in as a reserve? Can you tell Marte?
Maybe. He hasn't exactly lit it up this season. I mean, he's had some bright spots here and there, but it hasn't been like the Ketel Marte we saw a few years ago. But I think he's got a chance. I mean, they'll vote on those reserves, and he's got a shot for sure. When you're in first place, you deserve to have more players in that All-Star squad.
All right, with that being said, Zach Gallen, 9 wins, 2.84 ERA. He's going to go tomorrow against the Rays. Should he be the starting pitcher for the National League? It's not a factor.
I'd vote for him.
Just a yes or no.
I'd vote for him. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm a fact.
Yeah.
Listen, I think Zach Gallen's an all-star pitcher. I think he's a Cy Young guy this year. He'll be in the hunt again, and he's playing really well. So other than one little faux pas last week, but other than that, he's done really, really well. So I'm going with Zach for sure. I'm a Zach Gallen guy.
All right, Coach, last question. With the Cardinals training camp only 4 weeks away, rookies start, they report the 21st, the veterans the 26th. The priority must be the extension of one Buda Baker. Fact or phooey?
Fact. You got to get Buda happy. You got to bring him back into camp happy and give him an extension. Rework his deal. Do something to get him the money that he wants. He's clearly the heart and soul of this team, not just defense, but the team. The players love him. Listen, it's going to be a struggle either way, right? No matter what you do. This team, I'm not expecting. I think Vegas has them at 5 wins, the over-under. That to me might be a gift. I'm seeing maybe 4 wins this season. It's a rebuild, clearly, even though Jonathan Gannon doesn't like that word. They're clearly in a rebuild mode with the salary cap and all the things that that Monty Ossenford has to clean up now that Steve Keim's gone. But they know the players think they're going to be a successful team. I just don't see it from the outside looking in.
You got any information at all when the NFL might discuss what is going on with the lawsuits with the boss at Bidwell and a guy who used to work there? You got any inside info on that?
You know, the only thing we've gotten is we've been in contact with Terry McDonough, just talking about what he believes is factual evidence that he has. And so, according to Terry, if you're listening to that one side, which we've gotten a lot of information from him directly, it sounds like this could be a struggle for Michael Bidwell. But again, that's just one side of it, you know. And I know the Cardinals are denying those things, and it's taken longer than I thought it would, though. Mm-hmm. Like, I really assumed we'd have a decision by now. So it's taken longer than I thought. Like, if McDonough really does have that evidence, that there would have been some kind of decision. But if he does have the evidence, maybe that's why it's taking so long to decide the punishment. Maybe that's part of it.
He's Craig Fouey, ABC 15. Fouey, thank you, buddy. Enjoy the golf. Thanks for the time.
Always, you guys. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it. That's Craig Fouey, ABC 15 for Factor Fouey. And speaking of Bidwells, Bill Bidwell Jr. Got himself a little bit of trouble, and his wife, Nicole, as it was reported yesterday by TMZ Sports, according to the Paradise Valley
3 minutes.
An incident report. Supposedly, Bidwell Jr. made some allegations to officers when he came back to his house on June 9th. The documents say that he called the police, called 911, telling them that his wife had broken a glass over his head during a fight, causing him some injuries. And supposedly the altercation started because she was upset he hadn't been home when the carpet installers had arrived earlier in the day.
Well, that's worthy of breaking a glass over your head.
Sure. Bidwell Jr. said that when he eventually came home, he poured himself a glass of beer, but before he could drink it, she snapped. And according to docs, he said that his wife hit him with her hands about 100 times before she picked up the cup and cracked him with it. So
the glass,
and it shattered. So
glass.
And it's sad because you go to TMZ and you know I got this
2 minutes
yesterday morning, and you can hear the 911 too, which we were going to play it, and I just figured it's not worth it. But it's unfortunate because what we were just talking about with Craig Fouey and some of the black cloud that's over this organization for the last couple of years, and this doesn't help things. Bill Bidwell Jr. is not involved in the organization, I don't think, anymore. He's a former executive. But it's sad when you see the mugshot of Nicole Bidwell. That's just that's Nicole, his wife Bidwell, not the daughter.
Sister. Yeah.
So sister.
The sister of the Bidwell boys.
But that's interesting stuff.
I thought
sad.
And when you posted that, Rock, I read it and I was like, he didn't. And that the variant says he did not press charges against his wife.
Right.
They just took her for questioning or whatever type of thing. But it is.
It's unfortunate it gets to the press.
Yeah.
And how TMZ picks it up before the Republic.
1 minute,
or
the
flagship, or what have you, our local news station.
Yeah, but I think they just search police blotters constantly to see if they can find anybody who's connected with sports, because it was their sports division that reported it. And I think that's part of their deal. They just search every major city's police blotter.
Well, I think with this thing, though, everybody has their spats or whatever. The thing was different about this was a quasi assault on her husband with a glass, allegedly a glass mug, and slapped it over his head and hit him and cut him, and the type of things. Not pressing charges, but it was enough to where he had to call 911, I guess, to calm her down and say, look, I'm calling the police. And obviously she didn't calm down. And then when they got there, she questioned, they took her downtown.
They did.
Mugshot, as you said, boy, my gosh, she looked rough. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
So
wasn't it a baseball player, and I've forgotten his name, but I haven't forgotten the actress he was married to? Wasn't it Kaidi Katan and the baseball player for the Dodgers? And they got into it in their car or something, and she ended up like just pounding on him like crazy and went to jail. This was probably like 15 years ago that took place.
You'd probably be surprised how often that happens without us seeing
you're probably right.
Scenarios or those kinds of things. But it's unfortunate that it made the news. But that's he filed the charge, noted.
Hey, next, a recap of the sports book from this weekend's action, plus the Valley Chevy Dealers random, senseless, useless, did you know facts of the day.
You talking about me?
Yes, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Chris Paul, Landry going to the Washington Wizards for Beal. I don't mind the trade for Phoenix. The Phoenix Suns gave Denver more trouble than anybody else in the playoffs. They played 8 games together in the regular season, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. They lost Chris Paul, and they came out there and got 2 games off the world champion.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe, here to tell you the biggest thing I've learned about insurance companies over the years, and it's really simple. They don't care about you. That's it. Insurance companies are publicly traded companies who have an obligation to their shareholders to deliver profits. They have teams of investigators, adjusters, and lawyers all working against you from the moment you call them, and they want to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. Hurt in a wreck? Don't be a victim of the insurance companies. Call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Your Valley Chevy's 4th of July sales event is going on now. See your Valley Chevy dealers for offers on new and certified pre-owned, along with service specials during the 4th of July Valley Chevy sales event. New inventory is arriving daily. For a dealer near you, visit valleychevy.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
A small commitment, at least 1 day a week, helps reduce ground-level ozone pollution and helps us all breathe easier. Ride public transportation. Carpool. Commit to 1 day and help keep ozone away. Visit maricopa.gov/AQ to learn how you can help.
NBA Con is coming to Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, July 7th through the 9th. It's the ultimate basketball event featuring over 50 appearances by NBA stars and so much more. Visit NBACon.com and get 10% off select tickets with code RADIO through June 30th.
So you just used
30 seconds.
Now what? Well, between the waiting and waiting for things to dry up and keeping your family away from the mess, it hits you. You could have used Zevo. Unlike other bug sprays that stick around, Zevo goes from kill to clean in seconds. Plus, it's safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
And now it's time for...
You guys are hot.
Random
Facts.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's right. Random, senseless, useless, did you know facts of the day, brought to you by the Valley Chevy Dealers. It's officially summer, as we all know. Last Wednesday was the first day, so here's something to help anyone who needs to sleep without pumping AC up the next few months. A couple hacks. Freeze your pajamas.
What?
Yeah, put them in a plastic bag, toss it in the freezer, and then you can do the same thing with your pillowcase. Now, I hope you're old, so you guys wear pajamas, right?
I wear comfy cozies. Yes, I do.
That's
Not,
so
not,
cozies.
not me.
No, Jimmy, yeah, you're
No,
cool. All right,
yeah.
give me a fist bump.
You got, bro.
Yeah, but you have slippers, Jimmy?
No.
No, yeah.
I got slippers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got slippers.
He's like the guy with the pipe.
He is.
Yeah, it's
He
like,
is.
I just don't smoke a pipe. That's the only thing. Yeah.
Use a hot water bottle.
Yeah.
So the idea is to raise your core temperature before you go to bed. So fill it with warm water. Put it on your feet, and when you take it off, it'll trick your body into thinking that it's colder than it is. It'll help you fall asleep.
Wait, so what is the thing with freezing your pajamas?
Supposed to cool you down, Jimmy.
Yeah, cool you
and
down.
sleep.
Man, that'll give you serious shrinkage.
Don't share covers. If you sleep with your significant other, and many of you guys all sleep in different beds, even when you're married. I don't understand that. I have so many friends that don't sleep with their wives.
I don't understand that. Unless they
It's
have
a
bad
store.
If they got bad sleep apnea, I can see that.
Don't sleep naked. If you sweat, it'll just collect on your skin instead of being absorbed by your clothes.
That's right.
So instead, wear something loose fitting. Manuch will have put
Comfy
it up
cozies.
on Twitter.
Absolutely.
And leave your hair damp. Like you probably shower at night, right? Before you
I
go to
did,
bed?
yeah, most of the times. Yeah, I shower.
Do you really?
No, just on Sunday night.
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
That's what little kids do.
No, not just on Sunday. It's the only time I shower at night.
Why just Sunday
Because
He doesn't shower except
So you don't
Sunday
shower
night.
on Monday morning? So you haven't
No,
showered
no.
today?
No, I do shower. Yeah.
But you showered last night for today.
Because I've been out there from 7 o'clock until
Okay, so
8 at night.
so are you just trying to save water?
No, because I'm greasy, I'm grimy,
All right,
I'm sweaty.
all right,
I don't go to bed that way. I go to bed clean.
No, I'm not arguing that
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
But when you get up in the morning, you don't shower?
Yeah, I do shower. Yeah, I do shower.
So did you shower this morning?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you showered Sunday night. You showered
It's only-
twice Sunday.
No, just once.
So in the morning you didn't shower?
Because I go out and train the kids bright and early. No. I showered Saturday
Yeah,
night.
you're moonwalking, dude.
No.
You are that guy that before you go to bed, you shower.
No, I
After
don't.
12.
The only time is Sunday night because I've been out there all day in the heat.
That's
and
fine.
Greasy, grimy.
But then you shower again Monday morning.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind
All
of
right,
wake me
yeah.
up, get me going all over again.
What's the big deal? Everybody showers after you sweat. I mean, what do you make your special? So let me ask you. All right, good point. So when you train your kids on Saturday, you don't take a shower Saturday night?
I do. Yeah, I say Saturday
Then
night.
why you say you only do it Sunday night?
Because Saturday it's kind of date night.
So you don't shower?
No, I do shower on date night.
You said you only shower Sunday nights.
Shower on date night, Saturday night, because I'm out there. The weekends, yeah, I'm training those kids.
So you should shower, I would assume, Friday night?
No, don't Friday night.
But you're out
Yeah.
training these kids at 110.
Yeah,
You're
but
not showering when you get home?
No, so I'm out there for 2 hours.
So you go in your bed after you sweat
So
all
what I
day
do-
with your wife?
So what I do
That's
is
sick.
So I kind of mop down, and sometimes
Mop
I may
down?
Yeah.
Dude,
You ever
come on, dude.
You ever heard of a sponge bath? You get the lady.
Yeah, but not by myself.
Yeah, really.
Me too.
Wait a minute.
No, I shower every morning,
Okay.
and then Saturday night, Sunday night, because
Okay,
I'm out
so-
there all day.
All right, so I'm going to keep
So-
going. So,
so-
by the time
so
I'm done with
Friday
this,
night-
you're going to shower 3 nights now.
No,
You
because
first was Sunday, then
Yeah.
I got you to Saturday.
Yeah.
So Friday, after we get done at 4 o'clock during
Right.
the show, you go train kids in this heat. And at 4 or 5 o'clock, it's hot. You're going to tell me you're not sweating when you're out there?
Usually not.
So
The
you
sun's
don't,
going
you
down.
don't shower when you get home?
I don't typically sweat that
Oh,
much.
God.
Yeah.
Dude, you're out throwing a football, stinking
So-
with these kids, and,
so-
and you don't shower, and then you go into bed with your wife after you've been sweating after training
Well,
with
that's
kids?
because the Saturday morning I'm gonna get up, take a quick shower, and then go train the kids on Saturday morning.
You said you don't get up. You don't do that on Saturday morning.
Saturday
Why
morning,
don't you
quick
come clean
shower.
on when you shower?
Yeah, if I don't shower Friday night, it's a quick one in the morning. Then I'm out there all day, and then Saturday because it's date night usually on Saturday night. So I go
This
date.
has nothing to do with date night, but it's more or less you've been sweating Fridays with your kids, and you don't shower before you go to bed.
I'm only out there an hour and a half on Friday night. So
Oh,
it's
it's
an hour and a half
Dude,
in
you
100
can
degree
walk
heat.
up some stairs and be time to take a shower.
It all depends on how
Or jump in
sweaty,
your pool if you have a pool.
and how sweaty or hot I get. Most
Do you
of
have
the
a
time,
pool?
No, I don't have a pool.
You can't
No,
do that.
no.
Got a hose outside?
Do you have a hose?
You use that with the sponge?
No.
So you give yourself a sponge bath on Friday nights before you go to bed with your
hot
wife
wash rag, a hot wash rag with all
under your arms?
Yeah. Oh,
Can
yeah.
you run through
Dude,
the
you're a
sprinkler?
tank. Yeah,
Run through the
seriously.
Oh
sprinkler.
yeah, yeah. I don't get that greasy and grimy.
3 minutes.
Now if I'm out there 12 hours, yeah, I got to take a shower Sunday night. By the way, it is true about the nice warm shower at night. You do sleep much better than being cooler.
How would you know? You only do it Saturday and Sunday nights.
Well, Sunday night after I shower,
You sleep real
late
well
at
Sunday
night.
night.
yeah,
That's it.
just sleeps one good night a
Yeah,
week.
one
late
night a
at
week.
night, I'm showering. About midnight. Take that shower, shut her down.
I got to
Oh,
call
it's
Lori.
good.
We got to get
Oh,
Lori on the
yeah.
air one
Oh,
day.
yeah.
Say, Lori,
Yeah.
your husband goes to bed with you on Friday nights without showering?
Is he like a stinky dude?
He's got a smell.
A lot of times that sponge bath goes a long way.
Because here's the thing, you wear the same pajamas, I'm assuming, all week, right?
I usually wash them.
So Friday, you put your pajamas on Friday night.
Yeah.
The fact that you wear pajamas.
They're called comfy cozies. Now
they're called pajamas. They're called PJs.
You have comfy cozies for the summer and comfy cozies for the winter. The ones in the winter are a little warmer. So you have those you switch out when it's colder.
God, I don't need to hear
warmer.
2 minutes.
So is it like, does it have buttons on the front?
No, they're real light. It's like a pull over.
Does it pants? Or is it
you have to
shorts?
take your pants down to pee?
It's pants.
Do you sleep with socks on?
No socks.
Okay.
No. I got the slippers off the side of the bed. I'm good to go. If I get up, bang, get rid of them.
But Jimmy, so about, we're 18 years, right, doing this together?
19 September.
And about, I would say 3 years ago, we finally got him to go boxer briefs because he's been doing tidy whities.
He's been
doing tidy whities. Yes, he has. And he slips on those. See how short his shorts are?
Yeah, I see
He wears like the short shorts.
Yes, I see
and you
that.
can see the, Fruit of the Loom, white coming out.
Jimmy, I went boxers before the boxer briefs, okay?
No, he was tidy whities. You cannot back down on that.
You know what?
because-
I did.
Yeah, you did.
For the first 5 years of the show, that was the boxers, and then it was the boxer briefs. So I've been boxer briefs for at least
1 minute.
In
1
the
minute.
locker room, right? All the dudes, all the guys who play football, they're all wearing boxer briefs, and you come in with the Fruit of the Loom.
Boxer briefs were not around in the 70s and 80s.
No, I get that.
They weren't around. It was either tidy whities or you had the boxers.
Did you ever wear a banana hammock? That's what I want.
No, never did.
All right.
No, and never, ever, ever no Speedos out on
So
the beach.
from this useless, segment we just did,
And
do you feel did you learn anything?
No.
You didn't learn that
30
you
seconds.
sweat on a Friday and then you sleep. You put the same pajamas on.
Yeah.
And then you go to bed.
Well, I don't sweat as much on that.
As much?
No, I don't.
God.
But I do put those
BJs on. You put those
10
BJs
seconds.
and they get washed and once a week. At least
Okay,
once a
but
week.
oh my
Yeah.
God, it's nasty.
But they're very loose, so it's not as if there's any.
Oh, great.
Any,
So now the sweat flops around
there's
in your loose pajamas.
any funk or anything like that that's hanging out on.
Dude,
them.
you're Italian.
Well, I'm very
It's-
oily.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So that keeps the funk away.
No, it doesn't. Well, I had 4 random facts,
Yeah.
but we only got to 1.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can fit it in later. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Casino, Arizona.
2 types of
Retail full-size light-duty pickup? When you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, you need to go visit your Valley Chevy dealers today. There are 13 dealers in the Valley offering the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. When you have the Silverado, the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup, you owe it to yourself to check it out. The summer sales adventure going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. See your Valley Chevy dealers today or visit valleychevy.com.
It's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We love providing great food for family gatherings, parties, even work meetings. And we make it simple.
We sure do, no matter what the occasion. At Venezia's, we make catering easy. You can see our entire catering menu online at venezias.com. Or let us know how we can help at one of our 6 locations, including the newest, now open in Chandler.
We'd love to bring Venezia's to your next party. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition.
The free iHeartRadio app covers the sports teams you love like no one else. Catch the latest breaking news, plus the upcoming NFL season's just around the corner. And iHeartRadio is your official podcast partner of the NFL. Make the iHeart app your go-to to stay up to date on all things in the sports world. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Hey, babe, what you got there?
This is a check from Carvana. I just sold my car to them. I went online and Carvana gave me an offer right away. Then they just picked up the car and gave me this.
Well, that's a big check. Sorry, your check, not mine.
Sell your car at Carvana.com today.
Golfers, tee it up at Vans Golf Shops for the huge Callaway Trade-In, Trade-Up event happening now through June 30th. Bring in any of your old clubs and receive 2 times your trade-in value towards any new Paradigm, Apex, Big Bertha, Great Big Bertha, and Reva family of clubs. This huge Trade-In, Trade-Up event is happening now through June 30th. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, serving golfers since 1963.
The Hartford Small Business Insurance is celebrating small business owners with the chance to go to the iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas. Nominate yourself or another small business owner for the chance to win a festival flyaway trip for two, including airfare, ground transportation, a 2-night hotel stay, tickets for each night of festival, plus $1,000 in spending cash. One grand prize winner will receive a $15,000 advertising grant for their small business. For official rules and entry information, visit iHeartRadio.com/The-Hartford.
At Charmin, we're so excited for Pride Month, we just had to sing about it.
Pride is here, and it's our duty to come together and shake our collective booty. Charmin loves best bottoms and everybody else. We'll help you stay clean when you need it the most.
Charmin is proud to partner with iHeartRadio for Can't Cancel Pride for the 4th. Let's enjoy the go and enjoy Pride together.
Take back summer with Tucson. Go to visittucson.org/summer.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Coyote center Clayton Keller is a finalist for the Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy at tonight's NHL Awards ceremony. Nikki Blue assumed the role of interim head coach for the Mercury after Vanessa Nygaard was fired over the weekend. The Diamondbacks are off today after yesterday's victory over the Giants. They'll host the Rays for 3 starting tomorrow. Voting to determine the starters in the Major League Baseball All-Star Game has begun. Outfielders Corbin Carroll and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. are in the mix. The Suns will host free agent workouts with Jabari Parker, Stanley Johnson, and Chasen Randall on Wednesday. Frank Garrity on 10 of everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website.
Pay.
That's pay. Enter it now. FoxSports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for clear skies with temperatures right around 80 degrees. And then for your Tuesday, pretty much a carbon copy of what we saw on Monday. Temperatures right around 107 degrees.
30 seconds.
For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Big O Tires. It's time for more great savings from Big O Tires. Right now, get up to $140 in rebate savings on 4 select in-stock Michelin tires with paid installation. It's only happening at Big O Tires, and it's only happening right now. See store for details. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's
You guys are hot.
place in the valley to get in on the sour.
Roc's birthday week. Yep.
It is.
Yep. So
It's gonna be scary.
I expect, with the double nickels, some good stuff from you guys.
I brought, as a matter of fact, it's funny you said that this right before I left the house. I
You got a total one?
Yeah, I brought a couple extra bucks to go get your little Christmas gift. Because your
Christmas gift.
birthday gift.
I'm getting early Christmas.
You get early
July.
birthday. Well, you get the same thing, so you might as well give them both to you now.
So Jimmy, I got a stack
Yes.
of gift cards from him, all from the same place.
Total Wines, man.
And-
we got
and-
1,000.
and I do not need any alcohol.
Anymore? Okay.
I don't. I just, I still have, so I don't need to buy alcohol. Right?
Okay,
I just
fair
don't.
enough.
I have plenty, and it's just,
There you go.
and I don't drink at home. So
Cigars?
I have 2 humidors,
Always a
probably this
stack.
big.
Yeah.
So
I just want people to know
and
that
he knows better that Home Depot doesn't work because
IKEA.
But you got me for Christmas. You got me a Hornacek.
I did,
which was great.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting some of my clothes gripped with it, so it
there
worked
you
out
go.
great.
Yeah.
So
I just want everybody to know that Rock's finally going to be old enough. He'll be able to move into my
Oh,
neighborhood.
that's right.
And I just bought myself I got a new Fox Sports 910 golf cart.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's got the logo on it. It's our blue. It's it's pretty badass.
Okay.
So I got the golf cart. Now I can move into 55-plus community, right?
That's it.
Because everybody has golf carts, right?
That's true. In fact, the running joke is when you hear a siren, another golf cart available.
Oh, that's terrible.
Sorry, that's well. Also, I think once now that you're at that age, at double nickels, you are eligible for the senior discounts at Safeway.
There you go.
10% off.
Yeah,
on Wednesdays, right?
Yeah,
First Wednesday of the month.
There
Oh,
you go.
yeah.
Yeah, you'll be
I've
right there.
I've been kind of doing that already.
Okay.
No kidding. Yeah.
You already got your AARP card. I'm sure you got that.
I got that like 50.
Now, how do they know that like 6 months before you turn 50, they're already sending the information? AARP is so dialed in. Maybe they have a deal with Social Security, the feds, and everything like that. Like, wait a second, I got 6 months paternity before I turn to 50. So
the Suns are planning to keep their starting center at least around for the next season. At least that's according to reports. NBA insider Chris Haynes reported over the weekend that Phoenix is going to move forward with keeping him alongside Book, Durant, and Bradley Beal. Of course, he did sign a 4-year, $133 million extension last summer, which we all did scratch our heads a little bit when that happened.
No, a lot.
Because he's been inconsistent. But we've had the discussion throughout the afternoon as part of our It's Your Call question today. Would you have liked to have seen DeAndre Ayton get traded? Yes or no? I think there should be a C because he still can get traded.
Sure.
And I think the fact that they came out and have said if it's true or not, we don't know who to believe. I mean, these reporters, you got a talking head in this market saying that Stanley
Jabari Parker.
and Jabari Parker are like they're top of their game. Right?
Oh God!
And come on, so it's one of those things where there should be a C because I think he's still going to get moved.
Well, it seems from all the indications he's good for now.
But he could veto any trade though until next month.
Right, exactly. Next month. But it just seems is that for now going to training camp, rosters have to be set by early September. That they're going to stick with him at least for now, at least for today, let's just say. And then with the new CBA going live July 1st, free agency starting at 3:00 our time on Friday. I mean, there's a lot that could happen. But I just have the sense for now that if anything happens, they'll go with it for now.
I think it really just comes down to what the deal is. If they get approached and it's a smoking deal, if not, Jimmy, you've been on point that 18-10. Hey, take an 18-10 all day long.
Yes,
but at that $133 million extension,
I'm with you.
That's the part that I struggle with. It's not my money. I don't care.
Right.
But I also it handcuffs them to bring in some more depth.
And I totally agree with that, and I understand where people are. But once again, you have to go back and take a look that now that they have added Bradley Beal, those three guys should put up at least 80 total a night. With those three, Book, Beal, and Durant. They should be at least 80 points a night.
So there's going to be two balls going?
So
I am concerned about that a little bit.
No, but
Book wants to score. Durant wants to score. Beal was always the guy in DC.
But they will score.
But Bill was in DC. He was the guy. And
now he's the three.
Well, but all indications report that he is so excited to be coming and being a part of this that I'm sure he'll whatever whatever he can get. Type of thing.
But what will happen is if Ayton is giving you 18 and 10 on a nightly basis, you're going to have an opportunity to be in every game. The point that everybody makes, and you guys are on point when you said that, is he's inconsistent. And the deal that he is signed to does not fit the stats that he puts up. It's not even close, the stats
Jimmy,
that he puts up.
Jimmy, for me, you know what? That's all well and good. I just want to see the kid play hard.
I know that.
Every night.
Yeah.
And even if his numbers go down because of the big three,
to
let's say 15 and 10, rebounding shouldn't make any difference. He should be 10 on average.
Exactly.
So if he's down 3 points, 4 points, 14, 15, okay, I'm good with that. But play your ass off. Play hard.
Yeah.
I mean, go clean the boards. Go give a forearm shiver if somebody's continuing to take advantage of you down in the paint. Because look what happened with the paint. Not that it didn't happen to everybody with the Joker in the paint, but there were games like that's no way that those teams should get those kind of points in the paint with DA down there at 7-1. Should be a blocking machine. Go be a blocking machine. I'd like to see more defense and less offense if that's what it's going to take for these guys to win.
Let me say this about Ayton. I do not believe that in college, because he only played 1 year, that he was well schooled in how to be a good rim protector. I don't think that he was taught at that time that you should be a shot blocker with some prowess that you are 7 feet tall.
But did you have
and it hasn't translated.
Did they need him to be a shot blocker?
Not down there at that time.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but my point is that now that this is going on, his 6th year?
6th year.
Okay. That should have translated by now, and for some reason, it has not.
Don't you think, though, guys,
it has
that his game is his game? Nothing's going to change. They might emphasize a few things more so this year than most. But look, he had CP3 on his rear end. He's had Devin Booker on his rear end.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see KD get on him much. Then you saw Monty on his rear end. You saw people in his grill a lot. And not much change except for that 2 years ago, the run to the final.
Right. He played great then.
And then something happened the last 2 games against Giannis and the boys.
Yeah.
And from then on, like last year when we find out that he and Monty, after the Dallas, blow up last year.
Right.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That we find out, Rock, you talked about that he seems like he's more open, is that.
Dude, sorry, I'm just a little nervous.
Uh-oh.
It's 32-32, Eagles and Patriots.
Rock is watching the replay.
We got to wait for the Philly special.
and right now, Patriots are going for a field goal with 9:22 remaining in fourth quarter.
Rock is all nervous.
32-32. And, he got it. Damn it.
Oh, boy.
Eagles are down.
Promise you, Rock, it'll be a good ending.
Yeah, it'll be
Promise
nice.
you.
Rock, you'll get the proverbial happy ending.
Yeah, let's do it. A big trade in the NBA, which won't go official until July 6th, and that is with Atlanta and Utah, as John Collins is going to Utah, Rudy Gay is going to Atlanta.
They'll cut him.
Yeah, so it'll be the Hawks will get Rudy Gay and a future second-round pick for Collins, who is owed $78 million over the next 3 years. The swap creates just over $25 million in trade exemption for the Hawks, which is the largest in the NBA. So Atlanta has a year to potentially use the exception to take on a player's contract.
And they will waive then Rudy Gay, which will clear even more. Look, they have a new coach who came in the last month of the season and got them into the playoffs when they were struggling so bad. And he's on a mission to revamp that Atlanta Hawks team. The thing that I really like on this deal with what Danny Ainge is doing right now with Utah, their front line now is as big, if not bigger, than what the Denver Nuggets front line is.
I just saw a report that Utah was looking at Porzingis. They were looking at him,
yes,
to make that. And the other latest is that we talk about what could happen. Is that Dame Lillard is meeting with Portland today, to discuss what options they have. And I'm like you guys, hey Dame, go move on, man. Give yourself a chance to go win it all somewhere.
That you can give it. Everything you have given to Portland.
You can come back to your hometown at any time and do what you're doing, but
no one is going to dislike you if you left.
And because of his salary, I mean, they may be looking to move him and get some assets, even more so some kind of a trade. But yeah, can you imagine if Utah would have got Porzingis? I mean, talk about, you look at Denver, Utah, and Danny knows what it's like to build a team. But again, you got to have those superstars / all-stars. At least minimum 3 is what the pattern's been to win a title.
So what does that tell you now about Golden State, where they're looking to re-sign Draymond, and they're going to be the smallest team, it appears, possibly in the Western Conference, because Chet Holmgren is going to come back now for Oklahoma City, legit 7-footer. Wembanyama, now at 7'5", is in San Antonio. Steven Adams will be back for Memphis. This is going to turn into a big man's conference all of a sudden. And people have to remember, Kevin Durant, guys, is 6'10".
Big boy.
Okay? He's not 6'6". He is 6'10", maybe even 6'11".
I also think that when you think of all that being said in reference to some of those moves that have been made, I still think it's these teams know they know who the front runner is going to be.
Yep.
And we know that in Denver.
Yes.
Making those moves as far as bigger guys are concerned to go compete with that side, but they're all good shooters too. And they're all, I mean, that's kind of the way it is right now. If you're a big guy, great. But you got to be able to shoot it as well.
From the outside. And like I referenced earlier on the show, it was like a blink of an eye. First, we were all playing small ball. Everybody wanted to match up with Golden State. Now, with what Denver has done, now everybody's going big again.
By the way, does Golden State slow down with CP3 as their point? Or because they're go gadget.
I think he'll run.
I think he'll run. Yeah,
he can run.
I'm not worried about that. I thought it was a nice move for Golden State to do that because now you can sit Clay and you can run Paul at the point and
Wiggins out there.
Yeah, well, Wiggins is there. No, who? Steph Curry can be your shooting guard. You can sit Curry and have Paul run the point then. So look at everything. Everything will revolve around those 3 or 4 players, but they have to find somebody who can play as a defensive player, meaning Golden State. Because right now, if they only have Draymond, they're going to be left in the dust.
Hey, tomorrow we'll be at the Barrio Queen in Tempe, so join us for another El Bandino Tequila Yankee Tuesday. We're always at a different Barrio Queen. There's 7 of them in the Valley each and every Tuesday, so we encourage you to stop on by and try some incredible, authentic Mexican food and try the new El Bandino Yankee Tequila. That's tomorrow, live from Barrio Queen at Tempe Marketplace. So what are the opportunities for the Suns now that DeAndre Ayton, it looks, is going to stay put? We're going to catch up with Dwayne Rankin, the Suns beat reporter for the Arizona Republic and AZ Central Sports. That's next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We're live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Valley traffic from the Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
17 northbound near Greenway, we have a vehicle fire. Right lane is blocked. Loop 101 northbound near Chandler Boulevard. Rollover accident is off to the right. Stop and go traffic from the Loop 202 Santan Freeway. We also have an accident Fry Road. This is east of Price. That's a check of traffic.
This report is sponsored by Raid.
This can't keep your loved ones protected from pests, but Raid can. For 60 years, Raid scientists have worked to protect people around the world, including the ones you love most. Raid, protection for all.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
With every other attorney out there claiming to be the right attorney for you, it's time we look at the facts. Lerner & Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people receive compensation for their injuries. We've recovered billions of dollars, with over $1 billion recovered in the last 5 years alone. We have over 50 attorneys and over 400 legal professionals and their resources to fight for you. The reality is, there's Lerner & Rowe, then there's everybody else. Interact, need a check?
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is the place to be. Tavern Grill is now the home of Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Tavern Grill Scottsdale at 8880 East Via Linda.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
DQ presents Picture This. You're getting together with all your best friends. Now picture all your best friends are actually the delicious ingredients of the new cake batter cookie dough blizzard. That's DQ soft serve, cake batter flavor, confetti cookie dough pieces, and DQ signature sprinkles. Oh, hey, it sounds like you got some pretty sweet friends. And that's worth cueing the confetti. Cookie dough! The flavor party isn't going to last forever, so hurry in and get your cake batter fix today. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
This is NFL quarterback Rodney Peete, and here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by AutoZone.
Coyote center Clayton Keller, a finalist for the Bill Masterton Trophy at tonight's NHL Awards. The Suns will host free agent workouts with Jabari Parker, Stanley Johnson, and Chasen Randall Wednesday. Nikki Blue takes over as interim head coach for the Mercury after the firing of Vanessa Nygaard over the weekend. Hollywood actors Ryan Reynolds, Rob McElhenney, and Michael B. Jordan are part of an investment group purchasing an equity stake in Formula One racing team Alpine. I'm Frank Garrity.
The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Greg just alluded to, didn't shoot it very well. A little bit under his usual pace. Ayton! Precision pass from Booker. I've got to be better with my defense. Want to keep the home court. What a pass of Kogi. Inside, it's Ayton. What a sequence for the Suns.
Over the weekend, it was reported by the Philadelphia Inquirer, paper that I delivered as a kid in South Jersey, that the Suns are looking to acquire Sixers forward Tobias Harris, who I think is a great player, which I can't imagine him being in a Suns uniform. I think it would be a great compliment, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. We're hearing all kinds of different reports, and our next guest, Dwayne Rankin, Suns beat writer for the Arizona Republic, AZ Central Sports, talked about it in the paper today and yesterday as well, and he joins us now on Fox Sports 910. Dwayne, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, how you doing today, buddy? What's going on?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing good. So there is this so-called trade that we heard as a possibility with the Suns and Sixers. If it would have went down, do you think a DeAndre Ayton would have been part of it if it would have went down?
I mean, that's the only way it was going to go down.
Yeah.
I mean, they needed Ayton, whoever the third team was, or potential third team, that he needed to be involved in it. So that was the only way it was going to work. Sixers don't need Ayton. They got an MVP. He was a center.
Yeah.
So that was the only way that was going to work. So, I mean, basically, I was told that the Suns didn't want Tobias.
Really?
So
wow.
that wasn't going to go down.
Do you think Tobias would have been a good fit or could be a good fit?
I mean, if you trade away Ayton and then you have Tobias as a 4, he's someone that can knock down shots. He's a decent rebounder, but doesn't address that hole now you got in the middle, which means that, you're looking to, probably, I'm just, I don't know this for certain, but, looking at Landale obviously would be someone to consider. But, if you got those 4 guys out there, maybe it doesn't matter who does, maybe it doesn't matter as much as who plays center. But you can't just have anybody out there. So, and plus you add more money if you bring in Tobias. Mm-hmm. He's making $7 million more than Ayton. So now he's in the last year of the deal. So it could have been one of them where you got an expiring contract. But I mean, there's a lot to go over. But reality is, it would have been a good fit. Yeah, but you still got a hole there in the middle. Only thing that is interesting about it for me, other than that, was that Tobias used to be in the 4th option. And when he was Philly, it was Harden. So in order, Embiid, Harden, Maxey. So he was used to playing in that role. So that might have been interesting to see him still in that role, but with a different feel without the big guy in the middle. So, but not happening. So
that's it. You got it. Hey, Dwayne Rankin is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Dwayne, I really want your opinion on this. We know that they are going to keep DeAndre Ayton. He was 18 and 10. Those numbers from most people would be absolutely sufficient now that you have the big 3. but it's DeAndre Ayton, who was a number 1 pick in the draft, and I think fans expected so much more. Can they get more, in your opinion, out of Ayton, or are his numbers going to drop even more because he's not going to get as many touches offensively?
I mean, it's depending on the night. Like, you're looking at, I mean, if you're looking at Phoenix, if you really want to get honest, Durant has had injury situations. Booker has had injury situations. Beal hasn't been healthy his last couple of years. So there's a good chance that, or there is a chance that one of those three might go through a stretch where they get hurt. And so that's when, in those moments, you would need Ayton to put up the quote numbers more than what he has averaged. But at the same time, it's more like, all right, be ready to catch, be ready to shoot. You're open, be ready to shoot. You're open, be ready to finish. You're open, be ready to knock down a high percentage shot. He's going to get high percentage shots playing with those three players. So he may not average 18, but he could be shooting a ridiculous number from the field because he should be getting open, efficient shots.
Okay.
So that's where the more is. The more it may not be the numbers as far as like the number of points he averages, the more might be he takes 9, 10 shots, he should be making 7 of them because 3 to 4 of them should be right at the rim because the teams are collapsing on 3 guys who could score 30 in their sleep. So he should be getting, ridiculously efficient shots. So that means, maximizing those. Doesn't mean shooting bunnies around the rim. It means finishing at the rim because you're going to get those kind of looks playing with those 3 players.
I think, Joe, what you bring it back to reality. We forget about the injuries at the Durants and the Beals and et cetera, et cetera. You kind of bring it back to center point that he may go off and have a hell of a first half of the season. And then maybe you look at January 15th as another potential trade. They might nix it because of his usefulness at that point. Now, all that being said, what you just kind of laid out there. So now with him assumedly here for a while, where do you go as far as the free agent market, which starts on on Friday for league minimums for some of the veterans? Does that change the Sun strategy as well, too, coming up here Friday?
Yeah, we're going to have to do veteran minimums anyway.
Yeah.
It just was a matter of how many. Now having Ayton, you didn't, not trading him. If you're not going to trade him, then you weren't going to get players in return. You're not getting players in return, right?
Right.
So that means that basically, you're going to have to do more veteran minimums. And maybe if you would have traded him and got some pieces, then you would have to do less. You only got to do veteran minimums anyway. It's just a matter of how many. Without making that trade, it's going to have to be more. And guys would be. Here's the. Again, I hate to keep bringing up the Miami Big Three, but guys were willing to play for less to play with those 3 players. So you might get a situation where guys might be willing to play for less, or to be part of that. And so that's the attraction. On the one hand, you got a money, not money limit, but how you can use your money is a better way of saying it. But you might have a guy out there like, I want to be a part of that. And I'm willing to I've been making this amount of money, but I'm willing to go there on a better minimum. Those are the type of guys that they could be looking for. Okay. That would be happy, that would be excited to play with those 3 players and be willing to play for a veteran minimum as opposed to what they've been playing for. So that's the guys that they should, look to go get. Or look at least to talk with, and they got options. It's just not as many. But if you're gonna keep 4 guys on max contract, this is the other side of the coin, and you have to do this. And so, trust me, they'll have a full roster come September. Just a matter of how many of them are going to be a veteran minimum guys.
All right, I wanted to fire this one at you because I know that you're up on the deal that John Collins is now with Utah. And so now their front line, Walker Kessler, Laurie Markkinen, John Collins, all those guys are close to 7 feet,
Big
if not over 7 feet. We know what the front line is now for Denver. Wembyana at 7'5" just went to San Antonio, and Chet Holmgren, by the way, who didn't play at all last year for OKC, is going to be healthy, and now he's going to be in their starting lineup as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I hope I'm right here. Did the NBA just go from small ball to big ball in like a blink of an eye?
I mean, but you're looking at big ball with not back to the basket guys. I mean, those guys are, you know, Victor, he could, sure. I mean, look, 7'5" at some point, he's going to have his back to the basket. We get that. But this guy likes to do crossover, pull up jumpers. So you know, that's he's the ultimate unicorn. So, I mean, he's going to be doing things you've never seen for someone his size. But you look, I mean, what you just rattled off with Collins, Markkinen, and Kessler, you know, that's the defensive perimeter. Collins is bouncy, but, you know, he shoots threes as well. So it'll be interesting how he fits in that. You know, I mean, look, there's something to say to that. Your best players are big guys. In a way, when you look at Embiid, Jokic, Giannis, but, you know, all those guys, you know, like to play with the ball. I mean, Giannis is a guy that plays downhill that just happens to be almost 7 foot and going coast to coast. So it's not the traditional big ball that people might think if you're of a certain age. But no, I mean, you could say that. I mean, it's but then you have to see just how it looks overall in terms of you know, the matchups, how they guard. They got to guard people. I mean, they can't just be out there just all three of them packed in the paint. They got to guard somebody on the other end, and that's where a team like Phoenix would look at say Utah and go, okay, Laurie Markkinen, can you guard Kevin Durant? John Collins, can you guard Kevin Durant? That would be a tall order for both.
He's Dwayne Rankin, Suns beat writer for the Arizona Republic, Easy Central Sports. You can follow him on Twitter at Dwayne Rankin. Dwayne, good stuff as always. Thanks for making some time for us today. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. Y'all be easy.
That's Dwayne Rankin, Suns beat writer, and he is courtesy of All City Towing. As they continue to hire, go to allcitytowing.com and just search careers. That's allcitytowing.com. Cardinals will start training camp in just 4 weeks. We're going to talk some football next with Frank Sanders here on Fox Sports 910.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910?
It's an off day for the Diamondbacks after their win against the Giants yesterday. They'll host the Rays for a series starting tomorrow. Voting to determine the starters in the Major League Baseball All-Star Game is underway. Outfielders Corbin Carroll and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. are in the mix. The Suns set to host free agent workouts with Jabari Parker, Stanley Johnson, and Chasen Randall on Wednesday. Coyote center Clayton Keller, a finalist for the Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy at tonight's NHL award ceremony. Nikki Blue assumed the role of interim coach for the Mercury after Vanessa Nygaard was fired over the weekend. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for clear skies with temperatures right around 80 degrees. And then for your Tuesday, pretty much a carbon copy of what we saw on Monday. Temperatures right around 107 degrees with sunny conditions. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Precision Air and Plumbing.
Hello, everybody. Eric Bryan, owner of Precision Air and Plumbing. The saying goes, better late than never. But when it comes to your air conditioning, that's just not true. Don't be caught without cold air in the hot Arizona summer. Call us at 602-FIX-MY-AC or PrecisionAirandPlumbing.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
If you're shopping for a new car, truck, crossover, SUV, or even a certified pre-owned vehicle, see your Valley Chevy dealers today during the 4th of July event. Life is better in a Chevy SUV. Make your Chevy adventure story a strong one. Visit valleychevy.com for a dealer near you.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Yeah, Frank's good to go.
See ya! Hey, Meg!
And I put it on the dock there, but I have a Buddha highlight to help introduce him as well.
The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
Where'd you park the car?
Oh, the one I just sold to Carvana.
When did you do that?
When you were still looking at the menu. I went on Carvana.com and all I had to do was enter the license plate or VIN, answer a few questions, and got a real offer in seconds.
Sell your car to Carvana. Visit Carvana.com or download the app.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there. And around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
He played 8 seasons with the Arizona Cardinals. The Sandman.
It is caught! Touchdown Auburn! Sanders coming! Touchdown Auburn! Touchdown Auburn!
Frank Sanders joins Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch. Now on Fox Sports 910.
There's Smith. He wants to throw. And he's dropped it.
You guys are hot about 5 seconds.
Way back at the 35.
So, you know, you heard Sandman, whatever.
Yeah.
It's Sandbagger Sanders this week. Sandbagger Sanders joins us now on the right to it.
Wow, Rock. Calling him out already
Frank
here?
Sanders joins us. How we doing, Frank?
Man.
Sandbagger?
Sandbagger is doing absolutely wonderful. And I thank you for that name. At least I know that you expect me to do extremely well at your birthday celebration. So look, how many strokes you want to give me? I'm a 12 handicap.
Yeah, sure you are. All right. Yeah. Take away that 1 in front of it. I'll say you're a 2 right now. I see what you're posting on social media all the time. And I notice you play with guys that are not quite to your level. I'm not going to say their names on the air, but you know who I'm talking about. Guys you would take to the bank. I mean, they're not as good as you are, right? So you take their money, don't you? There,
all the way
Frank?
to the bank. Yeah, all the way to the bank.
Hey, look, when I have my golf clubs, I'm a security guard for the ATM machines that's out there on the golf course.
The good thing is, though, Frank, last place. I can't give you all what I got for the last place, but half of the prize that you win for your team finishing last is bowling lessons. And I know bowling is something, because you dress like a bowler when you play golf, that this is going to fit just perfectly for you. Yeah,
I actually love the bowl. So apparently you read my heart that I needed some practice, because I do got the outfits for it. I'm already ready for that.
Yeah, you do. Hey, we're like 4 weeks before camp. And this is a crucial 4 weeks for this Cardinal organization, especially a lot of the new guys, because typically this is when the police blotter gets big. This is when we find out these guys are partying a little much. They're spending some of their signing bonus money. You know, they're having a good time. So any advice you can give to some of these guys? It's unfortunate they don't go up the flag, but, you know, what advice do you give some of these young guys that are just getting started in professional football?
You know what the idea is? You always want to think this one thing is that you haven't proven yourself yet. You need to figure that out 100%. This is a job opportunity of a lifetime, and if you're willing to mess it up before you really get a chance to get at it, then shame on you. And it's embarrassing to your family. It's embarrassing to all the coaches in your university. It's embarrassing to your high school that wants to do, that remember you as a guy that came through and did great things. I think it's one of these moments where you have to take advantage of the time that you need to get your body prepared and your mind ready to go to this next phase and next level in life. And that's professional football.
Frank, is it a thing that if you do get pulled over that you have a suspended driver's license? Is that in vogue now with some of these guys that get pulled over? I'm just curious, because mine was always up to speed. I mean, what the hell? I mean, all of them, suspended driver's license, DUI. I mean, is that just a thing now or what?
No, I can't perceive that it's a thing. I think that it happens sometimes. Guys take for granted that they're out here in the desert and drinking a lot, and probably not wanting to. They think they can make it home. Unfortunately, that is Arizona has a good arrest record in that area.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know,
so these guys are just. Hey, it's a young thing that's learned. At a hard lesson, definitely in the public's eye, when you see guys that got chances to do something special. But, hopefully they can rebound from that and find a way to, get their mind ready for the season, or get themselves prepared to move forward in their lives and become better men.
You think it's something special for the Cardinals to get Buda Baker either reconfigured, extended, or all the above? Because that, to me, has got to be the number one priority for this Cardinals team, with 4 weeks away from the veterans reporting on July 26th.
Yeah. You know what's funny? We joked about it earlier about how how at this window of time has come in the past 4 or 5 years. Watching the Cardinals go through the off season, and right before we get to camp, there's always been something.
Yes,
somebody's not signed. We're waiting for guys to get to camp. We got hurt offensive line and a hurt defensive line, and then we don't know about JJ, or we wasn't sure about, Chandler Jones and his contract situation. And
3 minutes.
A new general manager in Monty and a new head coach and Coach Gannon, and we got to figure. I just really hope that this is the moment that it's a new beginning into a new season with a new mentality, and I hope that we just don't have to be as fans sitting back watching other teams do stuff, on the wire, and we got our guys out there, in the room. We don't know exactly who's going to be back. If Buda Baker's going to be back, if we're going to trade him. All these taglines, they're great for us in the media. They're great to have the conversations and the talking in the dead space, or, just some good chatterbox stuff. But in reality, you're trying to get a team together and get men together, getting ready to go play, a tough game for 17 weeks, a long season. And I just hope that we don't go through that process, Rob.
Dude, it's only 7 minutes that you actually move in a game, right? I mean, total action in a football game is 11 minutes. You guys make 2 minutes. Like it, yeah, it's war.
It's a car wreck all 7 minutes.
Yeah, it's a car wreck. Yeah, for all 11 guys, it's a car wreck.
Don't even bother arguing.
And you got a quarterback just sitting back there having 10 of his buddies just look out for him, right?
That's useless energy. Just move on to what your thoughts are.
Your receivers, you guys
just
got to run.
Hey, let me ask this one question, Ron. Have you ever woke up one morning after a long show and needed some Advil or Tylenol and trying to shake that little hangover?
Every day after he has to work with me.
Yeah, okay. So I'll play along. Yes, I'll play along. Yes. Keep going.
Since you play along, Rock, and no one's touched you. You did all that damage to yourself.
Yeah, some claws, some other things, maybe some orange teas.
Hey,
Frank, let me ask you one quick question here.
1 minute. 1 minute.
And that is, in your recent memory, would this be one of the lowest lows of fans going into this season in the desert? I know you played on some bad teams, and I know that there were bad teams, but just in recent years, after this team did make the playoffs and at one time was undefeated through 9 games, is this one of the lowest lows that the fans are going to have to look at going into the upcoming season?
You know what? I would like to say no to that, only because I think that we've had some really bad off seasons, man. Like some really, really bad off seasons, and we can go back to our first 2 years ago, 5 years ago. Our coach that we had when we had our first round draft pick quarterback from. I'm trying to. You said recent memory. My memory is like shot right now. You would think that I had CTE, but
Josh Rosen.
Our first Josh. Josh Rosen and the head coach that we had just signed, second black coach for the Arizona Cardinals, and they all were going in the following year. That year was absolutely horrible, and we still didn't know exactly what was going to happen. And when we made some changes and some transitions, here we are right now. I can say this here. I think there's a little bit of optimism in the Valley. That when you hear Coach Gannon speaks, I mean, he speaks with a lot of pride about a lot of excitement that he can bring to the Valley. We got a lot of young studs that are on our team. This Buda Baker situation is not as bad as it was last year, trying to get ready to figure out what they were going to do with Kyler Murray in that contract situation. That was just like the agent said something and Kyler said something and Kyler scrubbed his media, and we had good media fun and talked back to back, but then Kyler got hurt in the middle of the season. So, but I think that the new head coach, the new general manager, no Steve Keim, there's a hint of optimism in that, and I think that's something that's good to see. We got some players that we're bringing back, but at the end of the day, I mean, I think the fans are a little bit better than what we've been. Look, you're absolutely right. I have been on some bad teams, and we had players on those teams, but we didn't have unity. And I think this team is a little bit in the same situation, but they got a new coach that came from the Super Bowl. He brought some other coaches that came out of the AFC North. Those guys had successes out of Cleveland and Cincinnati, and we got a young staff. And so I think that kind of gives you a sense of optimism that what we had last year. Everything the fans wanted to change changed last year. The only thing that we're missing is Kyler Murray and to know exactly what he is health-wise, but we don't have a solid backup yet. And I don't think we trust Colt McCoy yet. That's my best assessment on it.
So we look forward to seeing you on Friday, and we'll be broadcasting our show from the Tavern Grill as well. So I don't know if I'll be on Friday, but I know the show will be on from 1 to 4
Manuch and I
after my little birthday gathering.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to stop by, Frank. Say hi on the radio there if you don't mind.
Even if you finish in last place.
Yeah, we can talk about your consolation prize.
Yes. Or
I'm probably going to dress in a bowling outfit just because
of that. We'll get you a participation trophy, too. All right? We'll get you one of those. Frank, great stuff as always, buddy. See you later this week.
All right, brothers. Y'all have a good one. Love you guys.
Frank Sanders joining us here. Sandbagger. Yeah. Frank Sanders, Sandbagger.
Sandbagger Sanders.
So, hey, Chris Paul reveals what his relationship with Steph Curry is really like. We'll tell you what that's all about next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
This is Attention Listeners with Colin Cowherd.
25-game suspension for Ja Morant. We've all got to grow up at some point. Some people, it takes a long time. That's okay. And Ja Morant right now has influence. Now it's time to finally embrace the responsibility of having that influence.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
There is an accident, Loop 202 westbound near 24th Street. It's off to the right Also an accident, 16th Street at Baseline. You want to use 7th Street or Southern as your alternates. 16th Street at Camelback. We have a fuel spill accident avoided by using 24th Street or Indian School. That's traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Late Night, open until midnight or later. Wendy's is open until midnight or later, which means all your favorite menu items are up later too. The Baconator still tastes just as juicy and bacony at night, so listen to that craving and turn in for the night at a Wendy's drive-thru. Hours may vary at participating U.S. Wendy's.
At Lerner & Rowe, we measure our success based on the amount of money we recover for our clients. And we're proud to say that we've collected billions of dollars for them. And no, it didn't take a gazillion years to do it. In the past 5 years alone, Lerner & Rowe has recovered over $1 billion. Millions of dollars recovered every week. We're collecting more money for more people in Arizona than any other law firm. Get the money you deserve. Call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do, but not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
A homeowner just like you decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
Golfers, tee it up at Vans Golf Shops for the huge Callaway Trade-In, Trade-Up event happening now through June 30th. Bring in any of your old clubs and receive 2 times your trade-in value towards any new Paradigm, Apex, Big Bertha, Great Big Bertha, and Reva.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
This huge Trade-In, Trade-Up event is happening now through June 30th. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, serving golfers since 1963.
Mr. Clean.
Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
It's the Lerner & Rowe one call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner & Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
It is very significant. We're a good baseball team, and we got really good pitching that's going to set a tone for that given day. And I think walking into the ballpark, we feel like we can win any game that we're playing.
Marte blasts one toward Triple's alley. Ketel Marte sends one on its way, and it's gone.
You guys are hot about 5 seconds.
For Ketel Marte, and they double up that lead.
That's Torey Lavello. Torey Lavello for our Lerner Rowe one call, that's all. As we're watching the world champion Philadelphia Eagles just took over, beat New England Patriots.
Did they still win, Rock?
Yeah, they won.
All right, let me ask you this then. If they complete the Hail Mary at the end of the game, and let's just say New England would have won that game then.
No, they would have they'd have to go for two, and it would have tied the game.
And it would have tied. But let's just say, for instance,
why?
Well, because
you can't change history.
No, I'm not changing history. I just want to ask what your reaction would have been if that would have happened.
I would have been, damn, we lost again to the Patriots.
I think it would have
because we lost to the Patriots a few years
I know
before
you
that.
did that, yes. I think
And we lost to the damn Oakland Raiders before that. Brady and freaking Jim Plunkett. I can't stand Jim Plunkett.
You were wearing that
3 minutes.
mask, at the big down here with our big Super
Hey,
Bowl
today Chris Paul was doing an interview on NBA Today with Malika Andrews. And, there's been some talk of the history between Steph Curry and Chris Paul that they weren't buddies. But I guess that all changes when you play on the same team. He said, me and Steph have known each other a long time. My wife was at his wedding. I think him and his wife was at our wedding. I'm excited to get a chance to play alongside him. Yeah. My wife was at his wedding.
Yes.
I think him and his wife was at ours.
How do you not know that? Yeah.
I mean, Steph Curry, a lot of champagne that night.
I would think you know if Steph Curry was at your wedding.
Well, remember when his wedding was.
So what? You Steph Curry at your wedding?
He may not.
How do you not know that?
I'm just saying that.
Jimmy, there's no excuse.
He may not know. There is. He may not be the star that he is now. He wasn't the star his first 2 years in the NBA that he is now.
Jimmy, no.
Try.
CP3, no. And Steph, Chris Paul.
Yes. He's been in the league longer than Steph. Chris Paul is 38.
But how would you not know who's at your wedding?
Well, I
it's
know.
Chris Paul's
I
wedding,
know that. I'm just
and
saying.
He's saying
he thinks he
him
was
and his
there.
wife was there.
I said that
There's
earlier.
no excuse, Jimmy.
No, they're saying there's probably a lot of champagne flowing at that time. That's
You
my
know
guess.
the guests.
Absolutely.
They're invited
I don't know. I
6
couldn't
months
tell
in
you.
advance.
I couldn't tell you who was at mine.
You couldn't.
No,
You would know if a budding star was at your wedding. Or
You would know.
broadcaster.
You would know all your guys that are in TV were there, or guys your buddies. You couldn't know.
them.
Okay, but
Oh my gosh.
his wedding was like say 10 years ago. Yours was like what 50 years ago. Okay, I don't
Maybe-
expect you to remember.
maybe 60.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't expect you to remember. But for him to say my wife was at his wedding, I think him and his wife was at our wedding.
1 minute. 1 minute.
I think.
Okay.
I think you know if that's somebody prominent coming into the NBA, whether he's a budding in college or whatever, you would know. Jimmy.
I was just trying to cover for him.
No, that's a good try. He didn't misremember. This isn't Kurt Schilling misremembering anything, okay, or that kind of thing with that.
Misremember.
I mean, Roger Clemens. Yeah, misremember.
30 seconds.
Nothing on tap tonight, all right? Yeah. But we will say at the Roc and Manuch Lager by Huss Brewing Company, available here at CAZ Sports Bar. So nothing on.
Nothing.
I mean,
nothing.
Manuch loves these nights.
Yeah.
NFL Network,
this lady she gets the remote.
Does he take a shower?
No. Monday night, maybe. No.
10
I
seconds.
take a shower at least once a week for crying
He's
out
excited.
loud.
The Bachelor.
Oh,
Yeah.
now those have been really bad last couple
See
of
the
years.
fact that you even know that?
Yeah, really.
See you tomorrow.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota